Pass rolling to his right. They throw it. The in route to Tanner. Steck makes the catch. Steck dives for the pylon. Touchdown!
Up by the Nuggets and an attack. That'll go for a kill from Anasteer.
Lamar looks for a block, makes a man miss at the 5. End zone touchdown. Swirls. Sets up middle. Jensen for the exclamation point kill.
30, the 20, the 15, the 10, and an 85-yard touchdown run for Landon Olsen.
Ulster Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Good afternoon and welcome to Gwinner, football fans. James Martin's here with you on Your Live Event, yourliveevent.com, with our audio-only broadcast of the 9-man first-round playoff contest between the top-ranked team in the state, top seed, in the 9-man playoffs, the Sargent County Bulldogs. They're hosting the Nelson County Chargers. The Bulldogs, the champions of Region 1, and the Chargers, the fourth-place team in Region 2. Again, good to be with you here on Your Live Event, yourliveevent.com. On the pregame, kickoff set for about 29 minutes from now at 2:30. We will, before that, we'll hear from both head coaches. On the way, it's Eric Olsen from Sargent County, and coming up next, it is Bo Snider from Nelson County. Plus, later on in the pregame, we'll go over the 9-man and Class A brackets, take a look at some early score updates, and take a look at the starting lineups. And before you know it, the kickoff from Gwinner. There can only be one winner in Gwinner in this 9-man first-round playoff contest on Your Live Event, yourliveevent.com.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
Even as a kid, I knew I wanted to be part of Polar Communications because they have such a long history of taking care of their employees.
I'm grateful that we get to work with great people every day, and I get to go home at the end of the day knowing that what we did for the day matters.
It's a great place to be part of a team and feel like you're achieving so much more than just answering a phone call. Polar is more than that. Polar is family.
On the pregame show ahead of today's first round 9-man postseason football contest between the Sargent County Bulldogs and the Nelson County Chargers. Please be joined by the Nelson County boys football head coach, Bo Snider. And coach, kind of an up and down season. New changes this year in 9-man, going to 4 regions instead of 8. And I'm sure that gave you some new rivalries, some new contests. And, looking at the schedule, you guys were basically 14 points away from being having a home game, being a 2 seed instead of maybe a 4 seed. Kind of walk me through the ups and downs of the season and the feeling that you were that close to having a home game this first round.
Yeah, thanks for having me on today. It has been a little bit up and down. I mean, we've been competitive in pretty much every game we played this year, and we've got a pretty tough region. We've had some tough opponents, and it's just kind of been that season of little missed opportunities here and there. We've got a solid squad, a good group of kids, and we've played with some really tough teams, and it's just a few big plays here or there that we've given up or weren't able to make, and that's kind of been the story of the season. But we're fortunate to squeak our way into the playoffs, and our kids are excited about it. I've got a lot of seniors on my team, so that veteran experience certainly helps immensely when you're talking about pregame and scouting and planning for the postseason. Got kids that have experienced postseason success before. 2 years ago, we were able to win the region when these kids were sophomores, and they were a big part of that. And so they know what it's like, and they know what it takes, and they know it's not easy. So I mean, we've been prepping all week long, and we feel confident, and we're ready to play.
And you mentioned that big senior class. I think half the team is seniors this year. Kind of tell me about this group of guys and what they mean to you.
Yeah, it's a special group of kids, and it's been a lot of fun coaching these kids. I'm very proud of how far they've come and watching them grow throughout the years. I've been with them since they were seventh graders, and we got a great group. We got a lot of talent. In our backfield, Zach Gibson has been just a standout player for us this year. Rushed for over 1,000 yards so far, and he's just a great athlete, good kid, and does special things for us on the field. Our captain at quarterback, Jackson Baumgarn, has really grown into those shoes. Real smart kid, smart with the football, does a lot of good things for us. We don't necessarily throw the ball too much, but when we do, he's been able to make some big plays for us. Ross Thompson is another kid who's a big player for us. Defensive end, tight end, two-time second team All-State kid, and just a fundamentally sound football player, and does his job and makes a lot of plays for us as well. Middle linebacker position, Hunter Charles, leading tackler. I think he's at over 70 tackles for the season so far. Big, strong kid in the middle, fast, moves well, makes great reads, does a lot of good things for us too. And then up front on the line, we got, senior-led group, Derek Schmidt, big offensive lineman for us, Ty Gilbertson. And then we sprinkle in some underclassmen as well. We got a sophomore center and also defensive tackle in Landon Sundin, who's really came a long ways this season, and he's got a ton of potential. He's a great player for us. A junior tight end, receiver, running back, and Axel Anderson, who's made a lot of big plays for us. So we've got a lot of players that have contributed for us. We've spread the ball out quite a bit, but we do give Zach quite a bit of opportunities too, just because he's a big playmaker for us. So.
And Coach, you got a tough opponent, of course, the Sargent County, moving down from 11-man to 9-man this year, and I think they're enjoying their move down to 9-man. Your thoughts on what it's going to take to beat the Bulldogs and pull the big upset?
Yeah, they got a good football team. They got a great coach. From what I've seen so far, they're just they do a lot of things the right way. They got some talented kids and some good tight ends, defensive ends. They got a very good running back, I think, and I think they're led very well. They're kind of like us. They got a lot of seniors on the team, so I mean, we're coming in knowing that we have a tough opponent ahead of us. I think we match up okay with them. I think we've got the athletes to match up. I think we've got the physicality to match up. So I don't anticipate this being a walk-away game for either team. I think it's going to be tough. I think it's going to be a battle. We're working all week on things that we've seen on film, and I think for us it's just executing. Showing up and executing, and not giving up the big plays. And I think then we'll give ourselves an opportunity to be in the game.
Coach, anything else you want to mention here on the pregame?
No, I just appreciate you having me on the show, and I'm excited to play some postseason football.
Absolutely. We're excited to call some postseason football. That's Nelson County Charger head football coach Bo Snider joining us here on the pregame. We've got the kickoff on the way. Coach, appreciate the time and best of luck today.
Thank you.
The Milner Public School District has a long history of academic, artistic, and athletic achievement and is proud of the programs and education environment offered. A fully accredited educational system, Milner Public School District operates 2 separate school buildings, including Sundale Colony School. Over 85%, that's right, 85% of the graduates of Milner High School attend some form of post-secondary educational institution. You can find more information on the Milner Public School District online at milner.k12.nd.us.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated. So you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
On the pregame here today ahead of our 9-man first-round playoff contest here in Gwinner between Sargent County and Nelson County. Please be joined by the head coach of the Sargent County Bulldogs and Eric Olsen. And Eric, you guys have had a pretty good year moving down from 11-man A to 9-man action. Your thoughts on the ups and downs of the season? Got to say more ups and downs.
Yeah, it's definitely more ups and downs. We've been led by our 10 seniors, and they've had an awful lot of playing time the last few years, and some juniors mixed in there. But really, our upperclassmen have led the way. And the kids, the communities, they were excited about the move, just kind of rekindling some old rivalries from the parents of these players, the Winemere Lidgerwoods, the Hankinsons. So it's been an exciting move, and hopefully we can keep it going.
Coach, you're kind of, to me, almost like Botno was a couple years ago, and they moved down and had some success, but they got tripped up on their way towards the Fargo Dome. What's it going to take to stay level and get that spot in the Fargo Dome this year for the Bulldogs?
There's a lot of things that come into play. Obviously, you have to have a couple bounces go your way every game and have some luck on your side. Staying healthy is a big thing. We've maintained and stayed healthy throughout the year, and our kids, we just got to go out and make plays, know our assignments every time the ball is snapped, know our responsibilities, know where we have to be at, and then just executing. Taking care of the football. We've done a good job of that throughout the year, and I always tell the kids, when you have an opportunity to make a play, go out and do it, because you don't know how many opportunities throughout the course of the game that you'll have. So go make plays.
You got Nelson County coming here today, a Charger squad that a couple of plays go their way. They've got a home game today instead of coming down to Gwinner. Your thoughts on Nelson County? Yeah, they're led by a lot of seniors too. I think they got a dozen seniors on their team, and they like to run the football. They've got a quarterback who can sling it around if they need to, and they're pretty decent defensively too. So we're going to have our work cut out for us. It's a great day for football. It should be a great, a fun playoff game. Let's, of course, we've got some of your games this season, but the Nelson County fans that may be tuning into the game here today, and even some Sargent County fans that hadn't got a chance to tune in all regular season, kind of give us some players to watch out for in the game from your side.
I really feel that our team is very balanced. We've got a lot of kids who, they can take it to the house on any given play. Our seniors lead the way. Luke Martinson, he plays kind of a tight end, wide receiver. Sometimes we'll put him in the backfield type of role. Nick Hansen is just an electric player. When he coming into 9-man, we were real excited about him being on a 9-man field, just with the amount of space there is and how quick and elusive he is. We've got two running backs, James Traynor and Colton Cadoon, that they run hard. James is shifty. He's not very big, but once he finds a hole, he can hit it. Josh Whittish is another tight end, and both him and Luke are 6'5", 6'4", 6'5", 200 pounds, so they provide good targets for our quarterback Michael Hoisted, and I really feel our defense has played very well all year long. Grady Wheelander in the middle, and Colton Cadoon and Athens Earnhelt at linebackers. We've done a good job of run defense, and we're going to have to do it again today.
Coach, anything else you want to mention ahead of the contest tonight with the Chargers?
Get out here, 2:30 in Gwinner. Get out here, and we want all the fans that we can get. So tune in to your live event on your headphones, but come on out and watch.
Head coach Eric Olsen joining us on the pregame. It should be a good one between Sargent County and Nelson County. There can only be one winner in Gwinner today, and we'll see who comes out on top. Coach, thanks so much.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you.
Anderson Seed Farms is a certified seed conditioning plant and is set up to do commercial custom seed cleaning for large seed companies or family farms. They seed Dairyland seed corn, soybeans, and alfalfa alongside Westbred certified spring wheat and public spring wheat seed varieties. At Anderson Seed Farms, they don't sell a product that they wouldn't grow on their own farm. Anderson Seed Farms, located in Foreman. For more information, go online to AndersonSeedFarms.com. That's AndersonSeedFarms.com.
I've always been more so of a caring person, I'd say. I don't know, the care aspect and being able to make a difference in their life and help them to have as normal of a life as they can. Whenever I provide care for them, I always try and go above and beyond and do you need anything else? Can I help you do this while I'm here? And take care of all these wonderful residents, and it's really nice having such awesome residents here. I would definitely recommend a career at Benedictine Beta.
And welcome back to Sargent County here, football fans. James Martin's back here with you on Your Live Event and yourliveevent.com as we are getting set for football action here between the Bulldogs and the Chargers. Good to be with you here live from Gwinner again on this audio-only production on Your Live Event, yourliveevent.com. Some other games going on right now on your Live Event network. We got a pair of Class A football matchups. Kindred's hosting Harvey Wells County, and Central Cass hosting Cavalier. Let's see if we could peek in on some score updates yet. We'll check in on those scores here in just a little bit, but first of all, let's take a look at the bracket for 9-man playoff football. Taking a look at the 16 teams in the field. Couple reactions before going through the 16 teams. Hard to believe New Salem Almont is not in the postseason this year. Can't remember the last time the Holsteins were not in the postseason. Perennial powerhouse in 9-man. I think the change in the regional alignment had something to do with that. Of course, the difference between the talent you have from one year to the next could be the case too. But here are the 16 teams that we have trying to chase a state title. Of course, we're right at the top of the bracket. Sargent County hosting Nelson County. Nelson County, the fourth-place team out of Region 2. Sargent County, the champions of Region 1. The winner of this game will take on the winner of North Prairie and Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. North Prairie, the 2-seed, runners-up from Region 2, and Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, the 3-seed from Region 1. Further on down the bracket, the number 4-seed, West Hope Newburgh Glenburn Sioux welcome Linton HMB Strasburg Zeeland to West Hope with of course, the Lions of Linton HMBSC. They were the 4th seed from Region 4. West Hope Newburgh Glenburn, the champions of Region 3. Region 4 runners-up, Grant County Flasher hosts Central McLean. Region 3 third-place team. That's the top half of the bracket. Bottom half of the bracket, number 2 seeded, the Region 2 champion, New Rockford Cheyenne Maddock Rockets. They host Hankinson, the 4th-place team from Region 1. Winner of that game will take on the winner of the Region 1 runners-up, Lemoore Litchfield Marion against the Region 2 third-seeded North Star. And then the bottom of the bracket, number 3 South Border will host the 4th seed from Region 3, Mohawk Lansford Sherwood. And how about maybe the best turnaround of a program this season? The Region 3 number 2 team, Alexander, hosts Henninger County. Alexander having quite a year. And good for the Comets to be hosting a playoff contest. So that's our 9-man bracket. And there will be a new state champion again this year. New state champion this year for 9-man. We're going to step away here once again for a little bit. When we come back, we'll see if we can find some scores from some early games, 9-man and Class A. And before we know it, we'll have the starting lineups and the opening kickoff from Gwinner. It's Sargent County hosting Nelson County. Winner moves on to the quarterfinals. Team that comes up short, their season comes to an end here on yourliveevent.com.
The Bison Booster Club, an organization that is rooted in their support of the activities within the Milner Public School District and the City of Milner. They pride themselves on their community involvement in local donations to area projects and sponsorships to help make their community a pleasant place to reside. If you have any questions or are interested in becoming a Booster Club member, you can check out the Bison Booster Club on Facebook or talk with any of the existing members. The Bison Booster Club, helping make their community a better place to live.
Hey growers, when working on your water management solutions, call Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. They are your water management contractor, helping you with tile drainage plans, service drainage plans, or both. Remember, water management is a lifetime investment. Call Chad 701-430-0182 to get your water problem solved. For more information, follow Chad's Excavating on Facebook. For tile drainage and service plans, call 701-430-0182. Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Back here to Winter football fans. Again, James Martin's here with you on Your Live Event, yourliveevent.com, as we're getting set for Sargent County, Nelson County. Football action here. There are 9-man first-round playoff contests, and here are some first-round playoff scores for 9-man football. It's a lot of blowouts so far. There is one upset brewing, though, as Linton HMB Strasburg-Zeeland is up 12-8 over the number 4 seed West Hope Newburgh Glenburn late in the first quarter. Still early, but a chance for the Lions to pull the upset. The rest of the three scores are 3 of the 4 scores. Otherwise, we have so far pretty well blowouts. Lemoore Litchfield Marion is up big on North Star, 38-12. South Border looking to shut out Mohall Lansford Sherwood 36-0. And New Rockford Cheyenne is up over Hankinson 42-0 as well. New Rockford Cheyenne, the 2 seed, South Border, the 3 seed, both trying to pitch shutouts over Mohall Lansford Sherwood and Hankinson, respectively. One other score, Hettinger County is up on Alexander 8-0 early on in the first quarter. 11-man A scores. It's a good one out in Des Lacs as DLB leading Killdeer 8-7. Low-scoring defensive matchup, but still a good one. 10 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. Number 2, Kindred is up big on Harvey Mills County, 27-0. The Vikings about halfway through the second quarter, trying to get their way to the Dome with a brand new, coach and a quarterback in the Starsviks. So we will certainly see how their journey goes. Again, you can catch that one in yourliveevent.com. Chase Miller on the call for you on that one. Langdon area and Munich shutting out Lisbon right now, 14-0. The Cardinals, the champions of Region 2. Very interesting development so far out in Velva, as Velva Garrison Drake Animus, the defending state champions, top seed in this year's Class A tournament. They lead just 8-6 over the upset-minded Bowman County Bulldogs. That's late in the first quarter. Dickinson Trinity shutting out Stanley right now, 14-0. 3 minutes left in the first. And Central Cass, late in the first, is up on Cavalier, 7-0. You can catch the Central Cass Cavalier game as well on yourliveevent.com. Joe Morgan on the call for you on that one. Results of the coin toss taking place here about 10, 15, 20 minutes ago. The Chargers of Nelson County, they won the toss. They elected to defer to the second half. And Sargent County, therefore, will start with the ball. So that's, again, the results of the coin toss. Nelson County wins it. Sargent County will receive 2 starts. So that's what we got here coming up. We will step aside here quickly, and actually, we might go. Well, let's take a quick break. We'll see if we can sneak in our American Crystal Sugar starting lineups before the national anthem here on yourliveevent.com.
Crossroads Electric is committed to providing solutions for every customer. They know that each customer is different, which is why all of their services can be easily customized. Whether it's heating, ventilating, or air conditioning, let the team at Crossroads Electric take care of you for residential, commercial, or ag electric work. Go online to crossroadselect.com for more information or give them a call at 701-427-4328. That's 701-427-4328.
At Enbridge, we believe sustainability is the foundation of our success. How well we perform as a steward of our environment, a safe operator of essential energy infrastructure, a good neighbor, and a diverse employer defines our success. Learn more about Enbridge's environmental, social, and governance commitments and our Indigenous Reconciliation Plan at enbridge.com.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
And back here to Gwinner on your live event, yourliveevent.com. James Martin signing out with you here as we get set for 9-man playoff football between the Sargent County Bulldogs and the Nelson County Chargers. Let's get here to now. One second here, those American Crystal Sugar starting lineups. And we'll start with the Sargent County Bulldog offense. It's a senior left guard, number 52, Grady Moorlander. A senior center, number 70, Isaac Harris. The junior right guard, number 56, Marcus Matthias. A senior tight end, number 80, Josh Wittich. Senior tight end, number 10, Luke Martinson. Senior wide receiver, number 1, Nick Hansen. Senior running back, number 25, Colton Cadoon. Junior running back, number 2, James Trainer. And a junior quarterback, number 9, Michael Hoisted. That's the starting lineup for head coach Eric Olstead, assisted by Randy Searstead, Keen Nelson, Nick Furch, and Tanner Zedeca. And now let's go to the Nelson County defense. Defensive starting lineups here. They'll go with a senior defensive tackle, number 76, Derek Schmidt. A senior defensive tackle, number 61, Camden Clefstead. A senior defensive end, number 88, Ross Thompson. A senior defensive end, number 8, Jackson Baumgarn. A senior linebacker, number 42, Hunter Charles. A junior linebacker, number 34, Jack O'Brien. A senior linebacker, number 5, Zach Gibson. A junior linebacker, number 7, Axel Anderson. And a senior cornerback, number 4, Christian Fogner. That's the starters for head coach Bo Snider, assisted by Brendan Parsley, Tate Aronson, Tyson Ackerman, and Brent Messner. That's again our American Crystal Sugar starting lineups. American Crystal Sugar, live the sweet life, great careers, quality products, grower owned, crystalsugar.com. Of course, you can't see this, but the Sargent County Bulldogs are in the navy blue jerseys. They got the white numbers, white helmets with a number on the left-hand side and an awesome Bulldog insignia on the right-hand side. Wearing there again, navy jerseys and gray pants with those white helmets. Nelson County in the white jerseys, black numbers with the Charger logo on the black helmets, black pants, of course, as well. Sargent County, again, the top team in the state, the number 1 seed, and the top team champions out of Region 1. They finished the season undefeated. And to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 0. A lot of blowouts. No team came within 20 points this season of Sargent County. And for the Nelson County Chargers, again, they were a couple of plays away from winning a couple more key games in the region. We'll talk more about them after the national anthem here. Coming up, it's a kickoff between the Bulldogs and the Chargers on yourliveevent.com.
There's more at 104. Hillsborough, North Dakota has everything you want in a hometown. Business opportunities, great jobs, and a top-notch school. Shovel-ready lots for your next idea. Great jobs in manufacturing, healthcare, and agriculture. An excellent education for your kids with small class sizes and lots of school spirit. Plus easy access to I-29 and the conveniences of North Dakota's largest cities. Build your future in Hillsborough and see why there's more at 104.
It's time to tackle harvest with Valley Plains Equipment.
Our sales team will help you draft the right machinery. for an undefeated season.
Our service department will make sure nothing interferes with your equipment and will hand it off in perfect condition.
Our IAS formation will lead you to perfect farming execution.
We've got all the right parts to beat the competition.
You'll never lose when you choose Valley Plains Equipment.
Good luck to the Sargent County Bulldogs from Valley Plains Equipment.
Lakes Community Co-op provides energy solutions. Farm fuels, lubricants, propane, and natural gas are all available to farms, homes, and businesses from Lakes Community Co-op. They enjoy working with their customers to meet your fuel and energy solutions. Call Lakes Community Co-op today, 1-888-935-2281 for farm fuel pricing, contract programs, farm lubricants, propane pricing, and delivery for farm, home, business, and natural gas service. Lakes Community Co-op, your co-op in your community.
Back here at kickoff on yourliveevent.com. And we ran through those American Crystal Sugar Company starting lineups. And we're going to get to the kickoff here in just a little bit. Again, receiving is going to be Sargent County. Nelson County won the toss, selected to defer to the second half. Those Nelson County Chargers, as I mentioned before the break, just a couple of plays away from getting a couple big wins. They lost to Rockford Cheyenne Maddock, the Region 2 champions, 8-6. And then to the North Star Bearcats, 34-22. So 14 points away from having a home game instead of coming to take on the top team in the state. As Nelson County finished with a 5-3 record. Again, Sargent County coming in at 9-0. On the move down from 11A to 9-man. Nelson County going to kick it off here. And it's going to be a pooch kick, and that might go out of bounds. They're watching it roll, and it will indeed roll out of bounds. Miscue there for Nelson County right out of the gate. That was, again, a kick out of bounds, something they never want to do at any level. That'll move the ball for Sargent County all the way up to the 35-yard line. Great starting field position there for Michael Hoisted and company. Hoisted, the junior quarterback, as the Bulldogs move right to left in those Navy jerseys. Come up to the front. It's a 5-man front, 2 in the backfield and 1 on each side. Here on a 1st and 10 here in quarter number 1, and we get a lot of movement there at the line of scrimmage early, and we're going to get a offsides, looks like, against Nelson County. One thing you don't want to do is help the number 1 ranked team of the state, give them more yards, and that's indeed the case with 2 penalties to start. So it goes now from a 1st and 10 to a 1st and 5. Ball spotted here now at the Bulldog 40. As there's the snap, it's going to be a handoff out of the backfield. Trying to run a right side hash marks is James Trainer, the junior. Trainer will get a couple of yards. We'll move him to the 43-yard line. It'll be a 2nd and 2. Trainer there off to a good start with the 3 yards there after back-to-back penalties. 11:34 and counting to go here in this opening quarter. 4 12-minute quarters, of course, like normal. Receiver left and right. Trainer stays in the backfield with Hoisted. Takes the snap. Another handoff to Trainer. Moves to the left this time with the pink sleeves and pink socks. Cuts up the field to the 45. Breaks tackle 50. 45. Cuts back up to the 40. 39 and out of bounds right there. Good gain there for Trainer. He steps out. They'll stay at the 38 of Nelson County. Pickup there of 19 yards. On the run there for Trainer. Trainer already 2 carries for 22 yards. As he looks to keep it rolling there. Something about those pink sleeves and pink socks and Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I formation here now for Hoisted. It's a handoff. Trainer gets the call again. This time the Charger defense charges to Trainer and gets him down to the ground. That's going to be a tackle here that time. I believe that's number 88, Ross Thompson, the senior, 6'4", 225, comes in and denies Trainer a couple of yards, sends him back to So it'll be a 2nd and 12 on their own 40. Need the 28 for a first down. I should say on the Nelson County 40-yard line. They stay with the I formation. And another offside. That's the second one today. That's going to be Jack O'Brien coming across the line. And already 3 penalties. You could say now for, since that to kick out of bounds would go 15 yards, 3 penalties for 25 yards. Moves the ball back up to the 35 of Nelson County. I formation here with the 2nd and 7. Takes the handoff, fakes the handoff, throws out to the flat, got his man up to the 30 and extends for a few extra yards. That time, that's Colton Cadoon. Cadoon with the first catch here of the game. It goes for a gain of about 10 from the 37 to the 27, and it's just enough for a first down. Hoisted's first pass again to Cadoon. Gain of 8. There they needed 7, so they pick up the first down. And they move the chains. I formation coming here for the Bulldogs. Make the handoff again. Play action. Back to pass over the middle. Tough throw. It is, through the hands of his intended receiver. That time, Luke Martinson, it nearly fell into the hands of Nick Hansen at the goal line. Dangerous throw there. It's an incomplete pass. And 6 play the drive coming up, 9:50 to go here in the opening quarter. No score. And ball at the 27-yard line on the right hash. As Hoisted, the junior, comes in. First incompletion there. A target for Martinson. Couldn't quite haul it in there on a 2nd and 10. Takes the snap. It's a handoff up the middle. Few yards gain there for Colton Cadoon. Utility belt there for the Bulldogs up across the 25 right hash to the 22 and a half. We'll call it the 22. Pick up a gain of 5 for Cadoon. 7th play of the drive coming up here right now already. A couple of big rushes there for James Traynor. One big rush of 19 yards. A pass of 10 from Hoisted to Cadoon, and Cadoon now with a 5-yard rush. Penalties as well. 3 of them are ready for 25 yards on this drive, helping out Sargent County. Man in motion. Here comes Hansen. Hansen gets the handoff in front, and he makes a move, and upends a charger there across the 10. They're on the left-hand side. Wasn't really a pass, but it was a movement of the ball forward, so I guess you could call it a pass. For 14 yards to the 8-yard line left hash. First and goal there at the 8. High formation, Hoisted trying to draw Nelson County offside again. It's going to be a handoff to Traynor. He's up the middle, tackled from behind there that time. On the tackle, that's Jackson Baumgarn. As they move it up to the 5-yard line, a pickup of about 3 there for Traynor. And it brings up a 2nd and goal. 8-12 and counting here. In the opening quarter, the top seed, Sargent County, top-ranked team in the state, trying to get in early. It's a toss to Traynor, and not much going there. In fact, it's going to be a loss of a yard for Traynor. His 2nd carry resulting in a loss. Chargers rally there to the ball. Goes down from the 5 to about the, actually you lose 2. So it'll be 3rd and goal at the 7. And play number 10 of the drive, I believe, here now. Interesting wrinkle in all this. Sargent County does have a kicker. Talk about him in just a little bit if he comes out to kick, but a 3rd and goal. Hoisted in the gun, rolling to his right, throwing to his right, got his man. It is incomplete, I believe. And intended for Hansen. It'll be a 4th down, and the kicking unit will come out, and the German foreign exchange student, Biana Benson. Biana Benson comes on to kick it. Eric Olsen, head coach, prior to the game saying, You pronounce his names like a combination of Beyonce and Rihanna. So Beyonce, snap, spot, kick is up, and it is, good. Beyonce, rocking it out here. In the first round of the postseason, it's 3-0 with 6:47 to go here in the opening quarter. Sargent County is up first with 3 points. 3-0, Sargent County with the lead here on YourLiveEvent.com.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in North Dakota. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the NDHSAA and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Out of the timeout here, out of the score change, Biana Benson, the foreign exchange student from Germany, gets the field goal in for Sargent County. It's 3-0. That one from about 23 yards out. And Benson is up to kick. Coach Eric Olsen telling me before the pregame, they've spotted balls on the 45 that Benson has kicked through the upright. So that is certainly something to have in your back pocket, and it gives them the first 3 points of the game. Benson boots this one inside the 20 and about the 10, and it is fielded there by the Chargers and taken down at about the 24-yard line on the return there for Nelson County. Christian Faulkner on the return. And so Nelson County will start. 6:38 to go here in the opening quarter. 3-0. As Sargent County with the early lead. Decent field position there on their right hash mark, near side. And ball placed at the 20, we'll call it the 25. Put it at the 25-yard line. For Nelson County and company, coming out there with Jackson Baumgarn. Baumgarn and the Chargers in the I formation here. It's a pitch out to the far side. That's going to be Zach Gibson. Fumbles his way to about the 30-yard line. Pickup of about 5. Now that time for Gibson. They'll mark it at the 30-yard line. It's a 2nd and 5. Nelson County with 3 penalties to aid Sargent County on defense in the first drive for the Bulldogs. But their defense held up and allowed just 3 points to the top-ranked Bulldogs. I formation there. Baumgarn takes the snap. It's going to be a handoff to Gibson up the middle. Plenty of room to run. He's going 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, and chased down from behind at the 20-yard line. The only one to stop him was Josh Wittich, chasing down Gibson to the red zone all the way to the Bulldogs 20. 50-yard run for Zachary Gibson. Already with 55 yards rushing. And with 5:25 and counting here in the opening quarter, Nelson County on the move in those white jerseys, black helmets, black pants, going left to right, if you want to envision that. Baumgarn under center, and a little miscommunication there with the Chargers in the formation. And they might have to call a timeout because of it. And well, that looks like that is what it's going to be. Timeout for Nelson County. Nelson County calls a timeout. Sargent County with a 3-0 lead, but Nelson County charging here on YourLiveEvent.com.
The Milner Public School District has a long history of academic, artistic, and athletic achievement and is proud of the programs and education environment offered. A fully accredited educational system, Milner Public School District operates 2 separate school buildings, including Sundale Colony School. Over 85%, that's right, 85% of the graduates of Milner High School attend some form of post-secondary educational institution. You can find more information on the Milner Public School District online at milner.k12.nd.us.
Out of the timeout here on YourLiveEvent.com, 3-0 Sargent County A Biana Benson field goal for Sargent County is the difference. 5:07 to go here in this opening quarter. High formation here for Nelson County. Baumgarten, the quarterback, Hunter Charles, the fullback, and Zach Gibson gets another chance to go up the middle. He is wrangled down by Wittich and company. Actually just impede his progress. That ball started at the 20, and he goes inside the 15 out to about the 13-yard line, a pickup of about 7 yards. It'll be a 2nd and 3. Gibson's been the bell cow here so far. 3 carries for 67 yards already here in this opening drive. Actually, 62 yards in the opening drive. As it's a 2nd and 3, handoff, Gibson again. Goes up nearly to the 10. He'll be down at about the 11. And it'll be 3rd and short. 3rd and 1 at the 11-yard line. Pick above 2 there for Gibson again. 4 carries, 64 yards. Needs about a long one. 3rd and a long one. 3:54 and counting here. As it's a sneak for Baumgarten. A little brotherly shove. And it keeps going. Baumgarten with a big first down. And Nelson County knocking on Sargent County's doorstep here. They'll mark the ball inside the 5 at around the 3-yard line. Baumgarten this time on the sneak. They'll mark it at the 4, gain of 7. For Baumgarten there. With again the brotherly shove made also famous by the Philadelphia Eagles. 4 in the backfield here now. Heavy package. Baumgarten trying to be pushed ahead again by Charles, and Sargent County pushes back this time. Not much, if any, gain on that one. As we get down to the final 3 minutes here in the first quarter, 3-0. Sargent County with the edge. Nelson County trying to get in front against the top-ranked team of the state. We'll take it down to the 2. Baumgarten again. 6 rushes for Nelson County. And outside of the big 50-yard run for Gibson, they're still averaging about 5 yards a carry. High formation here, Baumgarten and then Charles and Gibson dotting the I. Gibson gets the call, and he's into the end zone. Looks like for the touchdown. Zach Gibson finishes it off. A 2-yard touchdown rush. Zach Gibson with that big 50-yard run. And Gibson finishes it off here. So they'll go for 2 here, 6-3 now. On that scoreboard, Nelson County looking to add to their now lead. That's a handoff. Gibson scampers in easily again. Gibson doing it all. A lot of great players named Gibson around the state of North Dakota. And this is one of them, Zach Gibson. Over 60 yards rushing and 8 points for Nelson County as tack 2 more up for the Chargers. They lead it 8-3 here on YourLiveEvent.com.
RDK Enterprises is searching for candidates to fill multiple positions. These customer-facing positions require a high level of organization, workflow management skills, the ability to work with and lead others, problem-solving skills, and the drive to deliver an outstanding customer experience. Available positions include shop foreman and service technician. Compensation package based on experience. If interested in joining our team, upload your resume at planterdoc.com.
Your home for the Region 1 and Region 2 volleyball tournaments is YourLiveEvent.com.
Olsen will give it to Smeldon, to Haley Smeldon, and down for the kill.
From the quarterfinals on Monday, November 6th through the region title matches on Thursday, November the 9th.
Hansen back set. Here comes Satcham with the tip. Jensen with the cover. Russ sets up Josie for the kill.
Catch the Region 1 and Region 2 volleyball tournaments from Lisbon and Larimore on yourliveevent.com.
And back here after the kickoff there for Hansen. Nick Hansen takes the kickoff to the 34-yard line for Sargent County with 2:19 to go here in the opening quarter. Right hash there. But an 8-3 lead for Nelson County, the Chargers. Looking to pull a big upset here. As Sargent County back with Hoisted and company. Spread formation, 2 to the right, 2 to the left as Hoisted takes the snap. Looking left, finding his man. Gets a cut of the field, out to midfield. Good catch there that time for Luke Martinson. Out for a gain of 16 to midfield. And Martinson with his first catch of the game. Hoisted now 3 of 5 for 40 yards. Or actually, 40 yards. And no touchdowns as of yet for Sargent County. The clock stops there at 2:01. And they're updating the clock here now to 2:08. 2:08 on that clock. Sargent County moving right to left. Trailing 8-3. Spread formation once again for Hoisted and company. Hoisted takes the snap. 3-step drop. Looks left, finds a man, and wrangled down immediately by Charles from Nelson County. It is a catch for Nick Hansen. He is across midfield out to the 48-yard line for a pickup of 2. Maybe more like a yard and a half. Well, they move it up here a little bit. So 2-yard catch there for Hansen. He now has 2 catches, 16 yards. As it is a 2nd and 8, 93 seconds to go here in the opening quarter. 8-3, Nelson County holding the lead over Sargent County. 2 to the right, 1 to the left here is Hoisted in the gun, trying to go hard count. He'll take the snap now, and it's a handoff up the left-hand side. Big gain there that time for Colton Cadoon. We do have a flag on the play, though, so this one might be coming back. See what the officials designate here. Will be the first penalty against Sargent County, if that is the case. And it is against the Bulldogs. It's going to be a false start. Bring it back 5 yards. Out to the 43. So it'll be the 47. 47 to Sargent County. So it'll be a 2nd and 13, 1-12 in counting here in the opening quarter. 8-3 Nelson County. Man in motion. Here comes Hansen. Hansen gets the pitch in front again. And, nice, good reaction there. Falling down to the ground. That's Zach Gibson again. Gibson fell on the turf and looked up, and he saw some legs from Sargent County coming over him, and he said, well, let's just grab him and take him down. No gain there on the play. Actually might have gained a yard. Gained a yard to the 48. Technically another pitch pass play for Hansen. And it'll be a 3rd and about 12. 30 seconds and counting here in the opening quarter. Hoisted in the gun, takes the snap. Rolling slight left, tossing, got a man. It's incomplete. All great coverage. Zach Gibson again. That guy is everywhere. And it'll be a 4th down off the incompletion. So Nelson County going to get the ball back again. Now it's a punt here. Hoisted is the punter as well as the quarterback here. Kind of in no man's land, though. So since he is the quarterback and the punter, be on the lookout for possible trickery here. Man back to receive for Nelson County. That is Brody Rainsbury, the sophomore. Snap, and it will be a punt straight up into the air. And look out below. And it's down at the 40. So a net punt of, I think, 12 yards. As with 17 seconds left in the opening quarter. Nelson County gets great field position. And with the ball spotted at their own 40-yard line. Both teams with really good field position. The worst starting field position was Nelson County's first drive at the 25. 35 and a 34 for Sargent County, and now a 40 for Nelson County. Starting drive here. 8-3, Nelson County with the lead. Zach Gibson and Baumgarten, their quarterback there for Nelson County. Jackson Baumgarten runs 7 plus the 2-point conversion. High formation here now. It's going to be a handoff. Gibson, why not? He goes up the left side hash marks to about the 41, and he's dropped there by a host of Bulldogs for a gain of a yard. As we are coming to the end of the first quarter here on YourLiveEvent.com, it is 8-3, Nelson County with the lead over Sargent County as the Chargers try to pull the upset over the Bulldogs. Still plenty of game to go here on YourLiveEvent.com.
This is your livelihood, and success requires a seed partner that's just as committed as you are. Just like you, we're farmers first, so our values are rooted just as deep and our goals are just as strong. Our team is ready to hit your fields, so no matter what each growing season brings, we'll get through it together. It's who we are. Thunderseed, first in the field.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
Out of the quarter change, let's update that scoreboard here as we are in now the second quarter. Second quarter about to get going here on YourLiveEvent.com. James Martin's in and out with you this afternoon. Got some great football here right now. 8-3, the Nelson County Chargers trying to pull the big upset over the Sargent County Bulldogs, trying to take out the top-ranked team in the state, top seed in the tournament. A lot of game left to go as Baumgarten and company is on the I formation, moving right to left now. It's a hand up to the fullback, Hunter Charles. Hunts his way for some yards up across the 45. It's going down to the 47-yard line, a pickup of 6. It's the first guy not named Baumgarten or Gibson to take a carry here for Nelson County, and it's big 3rd and 3 now with 11:35 to go in the opening half. Still no negative yardage plays for Nelson County. High formation, another handoff to Gibson. Goes up the middle. He finds a seam out across midfield and surges forward to the 46 of Sargent County. A pickup of 7 yards for a runner. Up to that carry was averaging 10 yards a carry. 7 carries for 70 yards up to that point now. 8 carries for 77 yards. And a touchdown as well for Zach Gibson. Up at the 46. 1st and 10 now, under 11 to go here in the opening half. High formation, bunch to the left. It's going to be a handoff, finding some room up the middle. Nice cut out across the 40 to about the 37-yard line. Christian Faulkner's first carry on offense here as that one goes up to the 37 and a half yard line. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt here. Go up to the 37. A pickup of 9 for Faulkner. Again, the shortest rush so far today has been 1 yard. There's a 1-yard gain, 2 2-yard gains. The rest have been, actually 3 2-yard gains, 2-point conversion. The rest have been 6 yards or more. That's a handoff. Up the middle, Gibson was a route run again. He's gone. Touchdown, Zach Gibson. And Nelson County charging forward here on YourLiveEvent.com. Big run up the gut, 37-yard touchdown, Zach Gibson again. And Nelson County goes up now 14-3. Go for the 2-point conversion here as well. Runners in the backfield there. It's Faulkner and Gibson and Charles. Handoff. Gibson again. Surges up again. And he's going to get looks like another 2-point conversion. 16-3. We might have an upset in the first week. Nelson County 16, Sargent County 3 here on YourLiveEvent.com.
The Bison Booster Club, an organization that is rooted in their support of the activities within the Milner Public School District and the City of Milner. They pride themselves on their community involvement in local donations to area projects and sponsorships to help make their community a pleasant place to reside. If you have any questions or are interested in becoming a Booster Club member, you can check out the Bison Booster Club on Facebook or talk with any of the existing members. The Bison Booster Club, helping make their community a better place to live.
Out of the scoring change again, 16-3, Nelson County. The Chargers from Region 4, again, 14 points go to the Chargers' way instead of their opponents. They have a home playoff game today instead of facing the top team in the state. The Chargers' rush game right now cannot be stopped. And Zach Gibson, 2 touchdowns, one of 2 yards, one of 37 yards. Gibson with 2 carries of 35 yards or more already in this game. As Nelson County going to kick it away here. That's going to be a little bit of a squibber there. Up to the middle of the field and taken down to the 40. Great tackle there for Jack O'Brien. As and on the hand team that time, Peyton Berg. There for Sargent County. They do get great field position. 10:08 to go in the opening half. Up to the 40, but they are trailing 14-3 to a Sargent County team that had virtually been untouched in Region 1. Nobody had come within 20 points of the Bulldogs this season. They're down by 11. High formation here. Hoisted, handoff, and great tag team defense there that time from Gibson and O'Brien up to the 41. And that time for a Trainer. James Trainer there with another carry. Gets a gain of 1 yard. Had a big one of 19. Otherwise, nothing more than 3 yards for Trainer. Second and about 9.5. As the Bulldogs move left to right now in those Navy jerseys. High formation. Hoisted takes the snap. Rolls out to his right. Pressure coming. Got to get rid of it. Tapped up into the air and intercepted. Nelson County. Jackson Baumgart finds the ball in the right place at the right time. And everything's coming up Nelson County. Intercepted there from Baumgart. And Nelson County will take over there now at the Sargent County 34. Sargent County offense just possessing the ball for 44 seconds before Nelson County gets it back. With Baumgart, Faulkner, Charles, Gibson, and company. Taking the snap, handoff, Gibson, goodbye! Again, touchdown Nelson County! My goodness! I think I could have run through that hole. 34 yards to the house. Zachary Gibson's day. And it is now 22-3 Nelson County. I'll go for 2 again. Two-point conversion coming up here. Baumgart. No miscommunication. He'll throw it this time. It is incomplete. So Gibson with a 34-yard touchdown run. His third run of 30 yards or more and his third touchdown of the game as well. 2-point conversion is no good. So the score remains Nelson County 22, Sargent County 3 here on yourliveevent.com.
Crossroads Electric is committed to providing solutions for every customer. They know that each customer is different, which is why all of their services can be easily customized. Whether it's heating, ventilating, or air conditioning, let the team at Crossroads Electric take care of you for residential, commercial, or ag electric work. Go online to crossroadselect.com for more information or give them a call at 701-427-4328. That's 701-427-4328. R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is hiring a full-time play-by-play sports announcer and broadcast sales representative. Duties include selling advertising time for radio, digital, video streaming, and regional cable TV. Play-by-play responsibilities include live play-by-play of local sporting events for radio, video streaming, and regional cable TV broadcasts. Wage plus talent and commission pay structure with full-time benefits package offered. For more information or to apply, email apply@rjbroadcasting.com. That's apply@rjbroadcasting.com.
Out of the scoring change, there's the kickoff. Colton Cadoon takes it up across the 45 near midfield as Nelson County 22-3 over Sargent County. Mark the ball there at the 47. James Martin sending it out with you from Gwinner on yourliveevent.com. Start the ball again at the 48. Sargent County 48. They are having great field position, but a punt and an interception have given Nelson County some big momentum, as has Zach Gibson, already over 100 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns in the game. It's going to be a quarterback keeper, and this time it looks more like a wildcat formation up the middle to the 15. Big play there that time by Luke Martinson. Well, Eric Olsen's squad, they needed a spark, and they get it there out across the 20. So mark the ball down at the 18-yard line. A pickup of, we're looking at the 17. Pickup of 35 yards for Martinson and the Wildcat. And they're going to try it again, and he goes down this time. It's about the 20-yard line. Luke Martinson now running some Wildcat formations as Hoisted is nowhere to be seen there on the field. And so it'll be a second down at about 11 at the 18-yard line. And a 35-yard opening gain there for Martinson. Martinson stays in the gun. It's going to be a handoff this time to Trainer out to the right-hand side. And gain tackle, thrusted out of bounds. There by the Charger defense. 7:57 and counting here in the second quarter. 22-3, Nelson County with the lead as this ball's now at the back of the 18-yard line. And it brings up here a third down and a long 10. Sargent County started things off with a field goal, but since then it's been all Nelson County. 22 unanswered points. As Martinson continues to be in there at the quarterback spot. We'll see if he throws this time. He'll run out to the right-hand side. Sidesteps a man up to the sidelines. Good carry there for Martinson, but he might be a little bit shy there of that first down. They'll mark it inside the 10. He needs the 7, I believe, for a first down. They're going to say fourth down. Looks like he got up to the 8 for a gain of 10. And they're going to do a chain measurement here. Right now, we'll give Martinson 10 on the carry. Well spotted right down to that sideline. And I don't think it's enough. Whoop. Move the chain a little bit more. It is not enough. by a few inches. So it's going to be a 4th and short there for Sargent County. Of course, you got to go for it here now. Martinson now 3 carries for 44 yards since coming into that quarterback spot in for Hoisted. Got to move the chains. Of course, make sure the ball's in the same spot. 22-3. Nelson County off of 3 touchdowns and a pair of 2-point conversions. Actually, funny thing is, Zachary Gibson has all 22 of Nelson County's points. Off 3 touchdowns, he's got both 2-point conversions as well. Sargent County looking for the end zone for the first time today. Martinson in the gun, takes the snap, going up the middle, runs into a wall. He's picked up and taken down. Looks like he got enough for the first down, though. And it is. Enough for the first down. I believe they're going to say he's at the 6. I'll say at the 5. So a gain of 3 more for Martinson. Luke Martinson, the senior, listed at tight end initially. But with that interception from Hoisted, Eric Olsen going in a different direction here. And in the backfield there, Martinson and Hansen. Martinson on a 1st and goal at the 5. Takes the snap. It's going to be a handoff. Hansen, free room to run. Touchdown, Sargent County. And the Bulldogs have got 6 points. (22-9) now off the touchdown from Nick Hansen. Hansen a 5-yard touchdown rush. And Hoisted comes back in looking like to run this 2-point conversion. 6:54 to go in the opening half, 22-9. Hoisted is back in, the starting quarterback for Sargent County. Try and close the gap here. Hoisted. It's a pitch. Hansen again with some room to run. Not enough, though. 2-point conversion won't go. As the score remains 22-9. Nelson County with the lead over Sargent County here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Every Wednesday night at 7, watch the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region, as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota. Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors on their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation, Wednesday nights at 7 on YourLiveEvent.com.
22-9, Nelson County leading Sargent County here on YourLiveEvent.com. James Martin's hanging out with you. Thanks for tuning in. Whether you're a Sargent County Bulldog fan, a Nelson County Charger fan, or just a fan of playoff football here in the state of North Dakota. 6:54 to go, 22-9. Biana is back up. Biana Benson to kick it away for the Bulldogs. Benson with a boomer. Oh, that looks nice as that goes right out of the end zone. Touchback. Of course, I think they still have Euro football in Germany, so who knows what the future holds for Mr. Benson. At any rate, is a 1st and 10 for Nelson County. They have not been stopped by the Sargent County defense here today so far. By the way, it's also the worst starting field position for either team, as Nelson County at their own 20. Zach Gibson over 100 yards rushing today with 3 touchdowns and 2 2-point conversions. Faulkner gets the call this time, and he's wrapped up at about the 21. Gain of a yard there or so for Nelson County in the white jerseys, black helmets, black numbers, black pants, going right to left. As again, he'll get a gain of a yard there for Christian Faulkner. 2 carries, 10 yards. There for Faulkner. And it's going to be a 2nd and 9. High formation. Baumgart under center takes the snap. It's going to be a handoff, and Gibson is wrapped up for not much, maybe another yard. As Sargent County adjusting now on the defensive side as well as the offensive side. It's going to go to the 23. He'll pick up maybe a couple of yards more. Make that the 22. It'll be they're in a short 8. And another 1-yard gain there for Gibson. 5:39 to go. Handoff. No, play action. Being chased. Got to roll out. Baumgart got to dump into his safety valve, but he's got Hunter Charles. Charles stretches for the first down. He's got it. Out across the 30. Now, that's a big catch there. That time for Nelson County and Hunter Charles. Out across the 30 to the 31. Baumgart, that's just his that's his first pass of the game. That one going for 9 yards to the 31 to Charles. 1st and 10. High formation, man in motion. That's Faulkner. A pitch to Gibson. Bobbled it and picked it back up. There is a flag. Got plenty of room to run. 45-50. Cuts back. Right-hand side still going. 45 and falls down to the 41. This one might be coming back here. As we'll see how it goes. It is holding on Nelson County. That's their 4th penalty accepted, I believe, today for 35 yards. Sargent County with just 1 penalty, I believe, on the game. As moving back here, ball will go back to the 21-yard line. Again, after the penalty. Brings up a 1st and 20. One to the right and one to the left here. It's in the gun. It's Baumgart. Takes the snap. He'll keep it up the middle. Keeps going across the 25. As this one going down. 2nd and 12 here. This one will go to the 28. Pickup of 7. .423 and counting here in the opening half. Handoff up the middle. Gibson out to the 30. 3rd and about a long 9. Gibson with another carry there. 4 minutes to go here in the opening half. 22-9. As Nelson County, the big lead. Two to the right and none to the left. Baumgart takes the snap. Pass out of the flat. Got his man. Who else? Gibson. Stiff arms a man. Gets out across the 40. It's a 1st down. Now to the 43. I think that's the 44-yard line. Pass there of 14. Baumgart's 2nd pass, 2 for 2, down for 23 yards. 1st and 10, right hash. On the Nelson County 44, 3.5 to go. In the opening half, it's a handoff for nothing. Mark it back at the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be a 2nd and 9. Baumgarten coming back in there out of the sideline with the play. 3 minutes and counting here in the opening half. Sargent County's defense bulking up a little bit, but Nelson County still finding ways to convert on third down. They've already had 2 third-down conversions this drive. It's a handoff up the middle to Gibson. He's slowing down a little bit. Sargent County's adjusted well. Out across the 45. Put it down to the 47-yard line. As a gain of 3 there for Gibson. A monster first half for Gibson. Other than Gibson, other Nelson County Chargers have only carried the ball 6 times. Gibson's had the ball about a dozen carries by this point. Handoff, Gibson again, and he is absolutely wrangled down this time. Isaac Harris said, you don't get too many more yards there, Mr. Gibson. As we get a timeout called by Sargent County. Ball stays at the 47-yard line there on that 4th down. It'll be 4th down here coming out of the timeout on yourliveevent.com.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
With 1:59 to go here in the opening half, it is 22-9. As Nelson County with a lead over Sargent County. Sargent County's going to get the ball back here. Drew Gibson stopped for nothing this time. Left hash to punt it away. I believe that's Baumgarten out there. And back to receive, it's Nick Hansen, standing in his own 31. There's a snap. It's going to be a fake. Oh, it was a fake for a moment. Baumgarten continues the punt formation and finishes it off as that's punted out of bounds to the 21. Tricky there for Nelson County. As, again, Sargent County going to start at the 21-yard line, their own 21-yard line. First drive that Nelson County has not scored. 4 drives, 3 touchdowns previous, and then there was a punt there. So ball spotted now at the 21. And Sargent County with 1:52 to go. They've got, I believe, 1 or 2 timeouts to work with as well. Hoisted's back in at quarterback. Got to run away. Chucks it down the middle of the field. Got his man. 40, 45. Out across the 45 to the 46. And a big catch that time by Chauncey Lovett. Lovett with a catch. His first target of the game out to the 46. A pickup of 25 yards. Biggest pass play for Hoisted as well. First down. Another pass. It's incomplete. Had it and dropped it that time for Luke Martinson. Martinson been targeted 3 times. Only has 1 catch so far on the game. Clock stopped at 1:31. Ball spotted here at the Sargent County 46. Left side hash. 2 to the left and 2 to the right here. Hoisted, a man in motion, comes Hansen. Hoisted in the gun, takes the snap, back to pass. Chucking down the field, got a man wide open, caught! 30, 35, 20, 25, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Sargent County! 54-yarder wide open. Busted coverage. Nick Hansen says thank you very much. And we got a ball game here now, 22-15. After 22 unanswered by Nelson County, we've now had 12 unanswered by Sargent County. And Biana Benson is out to kick the extra point. And snap, spot, kick is up, and it is good. Benson kicks it over the cars out past the end zone, 22-16. Hansen's big catch. And the extra point cuts the lead now to 6. 22-16. Nelson County with the lead over Sargent County on yourliveevent.com.
Even as a kid, I knew I wanted to be part of Polar Communications because they have such a long history of taking care of their employees.
I'm grateful that we get to work with great people every day, and I get to go home at the end of the day knowing that what we did for the day matters.
It's a great place to be part of a team and feel like you're achieving so much more than just answering a phone call. Polar is more than that. Polar is family.
Out of the timeout here, 22-16 out of the scoring change. Nelson County with the lead over Sargent County. There's a big touchdown there. Hoisted, 54-yarder to Hansen. As Biana Benson says goodbye to the football. That's out of bounds. Touchback for Nelson County. 1:22 to go here in the opening half. Hansen now 4 catches out of 5 targets for 71 yards and a touchdown. Hoisted's first touchdown pass of the game. Hoisted 7 of 11 for over 100 yards passing and a touchdown. 1:22 to go here. 22-16, a great first half from Gwinner. As Gibson out of the backfield, it's incomplete. Baumgart's first incompletion for Nelson County of the game. The clock stop at 1:18. Brings up a 2nd and 10. And 22-16, Nelson County. 3 straight drives with a touchdown for Zach Gibson. He's got all 22 of Nelson County's points. Sargent County spreading it around a little bit. They have gotten 13 unanswered after 22 unanswered from Nelson County. 2nd and 10 here. Keep it on the ground of the middle. Gibson with a hole. Breaks a tackle up across the 30 to the 35. A pickup of 15 more for Zach Gibson. Gibson make it 14. Gibson's just going virtually untouched here. It's 1st and 10 of the 34. 60 seconds to go here in the opening half. 2 to the right and 1 to the left. Baumgart back to pass. Launches for Gibson. It's incomplete. And we get a pass interference. Looked like Gibson was kind of being held a little bit, but man, those guys were just going step for step. That's a hard call to make down there, and we'll see if they count it. As they did have a little official conference. And we'll go down as pass interference. Move it to the move the ball after the pass interference to the 49, a pickup of 15 off the penalty for Sargent County. 47.6 on the clock here. Nelson County 22, Sargent County 16. Top of the bracket here, 9-man first round playoffs. Baumgart looking to get out of there, and he can't. He's brought down on a sack this time. Josh Wittich. And we get a flag as well. Could be holding as well on Nelson County. See what Eric Olsen wants to do here. Of course, it was a first down. It is holding, and Olsen will decline it for the sack. So it'll be a second down here now. The sack brings the ball back to the 46, a loss of 3. With 41.3 seconds to go, now it's a second and 13. Clock will run. Nelson County with a couple of timeouts left to use if they want to. And they might just go into half here with the lead. 2 to the right, 1 to the left here. 27 seconds now. Man in motion, here comes Gibson. Fake the pitch in front. It's a pass out of the flat. It's incomplete towards their intended receiver. Pass intended at that time for Axel Anderson. His first target of the game. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 13. Baumgarten, 2 of 4 for 23 yards through the air, but it's been Zach Gibson on the ground. Been the big man for Nelson County. .4 on that clock. Nelson County ball just beyond their own 45. Baumgarten, pressure coming from Martinson. Baumgarten gets away, but not enough. It's another sack for Sargent County and a timeout called by Eric Olsen there again. That was a 3rd down. Moves the ball back all the way to the 38 of Nelson County. And so Sargent County will get a chance here. They get 13.9 seconds. I believe that's the last time out of this half for Sargent County as well. Might have one left. So Nelson County's got to be careful here. They got to at least get a good punt off. Okay, we got the halftime coming up. We'll have scores around Class A and 9-man. Halftime stats as well. Most of the stats going to be pretty easy to add up except for Zach Gibson's rushing total. That might take me a minute or two. So Baumgarten back to punt it away here. 38 total points. Nelson County, the 4th place team out of Region 2 right now. Giving Sargent County, the champions from Region 1, all they can handle. Back to receive is Hansen. Baumgarten will punt it. Hansen will field it at his own 34. Nearly dropped it, picked it back up. Trying to get away from a couple of Chargers. Keeps going. At around midfield, he's taken down with 2.9. Good return, but not a lot of time left. You got basically one chance. As they'll mark it at they'll mark it at the 49 and we'll say 50. Mark it at the 50. Right hash here now. 3 to the left end, 1 to the right here for Sargent County. 2.9 to go here. Hoisted in the gun. Hoisted back to pass. Plenty of time. Chucks it down the field. He's hit as he throws, and it's intercepted. Hoisted's second pick of the game. And that'll be returned by Faulkner into Sargent County territory, but that ends the half. 22-16 at half. Nelson County with the lead over Sargent County here on YourLiveEvent.com.
The Milner Public School District has a long history of academic, artistic, and athletic achievement and is proud of the programs and education environment offered. A fully accredited educational system, Milner Public School District operates 2 separate school buildings, including Sundale Colony School. Over 85%, that's right, 85% of the graduates of Milner High School attend some form of post-secondary educational institution. You can find more information on the Milner Public School District online at milner.k12.nd.us.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
Anderson Seed Farms is a certified seed conditioning plant and is set up to do commercial custom seed cleaning for large seed companies or family farms. They seed Dairyland seed corn, soybeans, and alfalfa alongside Westbred certified spring wheat and public spring wheat seed varieties. At Anderson Seed Farms, they don't sell a product that they wouldn't grow on their own farm. Anderson Seed Farms, located in Foreman. For more information, go online to andersonseedfarms.com. That's andersonseedfarms.com.
I've always been more so of a caring person, I'd say. I don't know, the care aspect and being able to make a difference in their life and help them to have as normal of a life as they can. Whenever I provide care for them, I always try and go above and beyond and do you need anything else? Can I help you do this while I'm here? And take care of all these wonderful residents, and it's really nice having such awesome residents here. I would definitely recommend a career at Benedictine Beta.
The Bison Booster Club, an organization that is rooted in their support of the activities within the Milner Public School District and the City of Milner. They pride themselves on their community involvement in local donations to area projects and sponsorships to help make their community a pleasant place to reside. If you have any questions or are interested in becoming a Booster Club member, you can check out the Bison Booster Club on Facebook or talk with any of the existing members. The Bison Booster Club, helping make their community a better place to live.
Welcome back to Gwinner football fans. James Martins back here with you on yourliveevent.com. It's 22-16. Nelson County with the lead over Sargent County at the half. And let's take you through the storyline of the game here so far. As Sargent County took the ball down the field, took advantage of some penalties early on by Nelson County, and they were able to kick a field goal. Biana Benson, the German foreign exchange student, gets the Bulldogs on the board early 3-0. But from that point on, Nelson County scored 22 unanswered, all by Zach Gibson. Zach Gibson in the first half tallying 16 rushes for 171 yards and 3 touchdowns with those 2 two-point conversions as well. So a good start for the game for Zach Gibson. He also has a catch for 14 yards. Gibson would get 3 touchdowns. In the meantime, Sargent County, a punt and an interception in between those 3 touchdowns for Gibson. Touchdowns of 2, 37, and 34 yards with, again, 2 two-point conversions. By that point, it was 22-3. But Sargent County had 13 unanswered. After that point, a big 54-yard touchdown pass, or excuse me, a 5-yard touchdown run first of his first 2 touchdowns for Nick Hansen. 5-yard touchdown run with a 2-point conversion, no good, made the score 22-9. And then after a punt from Nelson County, a 54-yard connection between Hoisted and Hansen. Extra point from Benson is good to make the score 22-16. An interception late after a punt from Nelson County, interception late from Hoisted. Some numbers: Michael Hoisted, starting quarterback for Sargent County, 7 of 11 for 122 yards, 2 interceptions, and a touchdown on the game. James Traynor is your leading rusher for Sargent County, 6 carries, 22 yards. Actually, he was a leading rusher in the first quarter before a series where Eric Olsen, head coach for Sargent County, switched things up a little bit, brought in Luke Martinson to run some Wildcat, 4 carries, 47 yards. Colton Cadoon, a rush for 5 yards as well. Through the air, Nick Hansen, 4 catches, 71 yards, and a touchdown. Luke Martinson, a catch for 16. Chauncey Lovett, a catch for 25, and Colton Cadoon, a catch for 10 yards. That's Nelson County's stats individually. Sargent County's stats individually. Nelson County stats individually. Through the air, we have Baumgarn is 2 of 4. Jackson Baumgarn, 2 of 4 for 23 yards. Baumgarn also 3 carries for 16 yards. Zach Gibson, again, 16 carries, 171 yards with those 3 touchdowns. Christian Faulkner, 2 carries for 10 yards, and Hunter Charles, a carry for 6. Charles also with a catch for 9, and again Gibson with a catch for 14. Penalties, I believe about 50 yards in penalties now for Nelson County. Just a couple for Sargent County there in that first half. Long sustained drives. We had one 10-play drive for Sargent County to start off the game, and a 9-play drive for Nelson County. The rest, though, have been 6 or fewer plays. Some big plays and some big momentum swings for both these teams. But as it stands right now, Nelson County with the lead over Sargent County, trying to pull the massive upset as they lead 22-16 on YourLiveEvent.com. We'll check scores around 9A and 11A next.
Hey growers, when working on your water management solutions, call Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. They are your water management contractor, helping you with tile drainage plans, service drainage plans, or both. Remember, water management is a lifetime investment. Call Chad 701-430-0182 to get your water problem solved. For more information, follow Chad's Excavating on Facebook. For tile drainage and service plans, call 701-430-0182. Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Crossroads Electric is committed to providing solutions for every customer. They know that each customer is different, which is why all of their services can be easily customized. Whether it's heating, ventilating, or air conditioning, let the team at Crossroads Electric take care of you for residential, commercial, or ag electric work. Go online to crossroadselect.com for more information or give them a call at 701-427-4328. That's 701-427-4328.
At Enbridge, we believe sustainability is the foundation of our success. How well we perform as a steward of our environment, a safe operator of essential energy infrastructure, a good neighbor, and a diverse employer defines our success. Learn more about Enbridge's environmental, social, and governance commitments and our Indigenous Reconciliation Plan at enbridge.com.
Back of the half, it is 22-16, Nelson County with the lead over Sargent County here at the half. Great game we've got brewing here. Should be a fun second half, but let's take a look at some other scores around 9-man and 11A football. Taking a look at finding the score app here. Taking a look at the scores here. We've had 2 other games on your live event, Class A games. Kindred hosting Harvey Wells County and Central Cass hosting Cavalier. Taking a look at the scores from 11A. Central Cass shutting out Cavalier 35-0 with 6 minutes left to go in the third. Looks like the Squirrels are going to move on to the next round. And our other game on your live event, 49-6, the final. Kindred blows out Harvey Wells County. So the Vikings are moving on to the next round to take on the winner of the Carrington Oaks contest, which is right now a really good game. 15-13, Oaks with the 2-point lead over Carrington, try to put together a minor upset. Some other A finals. I believe this is a minor upset. Killdeer over Delax Burlington, 21-20. The Cowboys moving on to the Class A quarterfinals. Can't remember the last time Killdeer was in a Class A quarterfinals, but DLB season comes to an end. Langdon area Edmore Munich on their way to a shutout win over Lisbon, 33-0. Minute left to go in the third. Lisbon will see if they can put some points on the board. Dickinson Trinity shutting out Stanley 35-0. Blue Jays with a good season, though. I remember a few years ago covering rugby athletics facing Stanley. And Stanley was did not have the best of seasons, so it's good to see them bounce back and get into a postseason. Shiloh Christian over Bishop Ryan, 21-14 right now in Bismarck after 3. Great matchup there. And Velva Garrison Drake Animals, they trailed Bowman County early. They now lead by 10, 30-20. With a minute left in the third, there in Velva. 9-man football action. Lemoore Litchfield Marion blowing out North Star 64-20. Right now, that is a final. So the Lobos get the win over the Bearcats. New Rockford Cheyenne with a big win over Hankinson, 55-22. I should say New Rockford Cheyenne Maddock. It's the first year of the co-op between New Rockford Cheyenne and Maddock. And North Star, by the way, first year of their co-op leads on the football field. South Border, a big blowout, 56-0 win over Mulholland-Lansford-Sherwood. Grant County Flasher all over Central McLean right now, 34-14 late in the third. Heddinger County with a 14-6 lead over Alexander at the start of the fourth. Western Newburgh Glenburn, they were trailing early. They now lead 32-26 with 4 minutes to go in the third. Wyndmere Lidgerwood looking to pull the upset on North Prairie. They lead at 26-20 over the Cougars in Rolla. And, of course, right now, right here, 22-16. Nelson County over Sargent County at the half. Thanks for tuning in wherever you may be, whether it be here in Sargent County, in Nelson County, or to my friends up in the Rugby area. I know there's at least one listener on from the Geographical Center of North America. So we got friends all over the state, though, and thousands tuning in. Thousands of views here on this game. So thanks for tuning in to the audio-only version of this broadcast. Again, as you can see on the screen, due to streaming guidelines, to not be able to provide live video for today's broadcast. The broadcast of this tournament game has been authorized by special arrangement with the Board of Directors of the North Dakota High School Activities Association. 22-16, Nelson County with the lead over Sargent County at the half. We're back for second half action on yourliveevent.com next.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
There's more at 104. Hillsborough, North Dakota has everything you want in a hometown. Business opportunities, great jobs, and a top-notch school. Shovel-ready lots for your next idea. Great jobs in manufacturing, healthcare, and agriculture. An excellent education for your kids with small class sizes and lots of school spirit. Plus easy access to I-29 and the conveniences of North Dakota's largest cities. Build your future in Hillsborough and see why there's more at 104.
It's time to tackle harvest with Valley Plains Equipment.
Our sales team will help you draft the right machinery for an undefeated season.
Our service department will make sure nothing interferes with your equipment and will hand it off in perfect condition.
Our IAS formation will lead you to perfect farming execution.
We've got all the right parts to beat the competition.
You'll never lose when you choose Valley Plains Equipment.
Good luck to the Sargent County Bulldogs from Valley Plains Equipment.
Lakes Community Co-op provides energy solutions. Farm fuels, lubricants, propane, and natural gas are all available to farms, homes, and businesses from Lakes Community Co-op. They enjoy working with their customers to meet your fuel and energy solutions. Call Lakes Community Co-op today, 1-888-935-2281 for farm fuel pricing, contract programs, farm lubricants, propane pricing, and delivery for farm, home, business, and natural gas service. Lakes Community Co-op, your co-op in your community.
Back for the start of the second half here on yourliveevent.com. James Martin's hanging out with you. 22-16 is our score. Got a great one here. As the top team in 9-man, Sargent County undefeated at 9-0, taking on a 5-3 Nelson County squad, looking to hold the upset and move on. And we could have a double upset in this part of the bracket. Let's take a look at that bracket once again in 9-man football. Get to that 9-man bracket here. Again, North Prairie right now trailing Wyndmere Litchwood 26-20. And so if the Warbirds win that one, they would host Nelson County if Nelson County holds on to this game. Otherwise, if Wyndmere Litchwood gets the upset, we could have a pretty rivalry clash here. Rivalry clash between Sargent County and Wyndmere Litchwood. Already one matchup is solidified. New Rockford Cheyenne Maddock will host Lemoore Litchfield Marion in the quarterfinals in New Rockford on next Saturday, the 28th. And taking a brief look here at the Class A bracket as well, with some of those matchups going final. Killdeer and Kindred, they're both into the quarterfinals. Killdeer awaits the winner of Dickinson, Trinity, and Stanley. Looks like it's going to be Trinity and Killdeer. And Kindred will take on the winner of Carrington and Oaks. And we'll look at the rest of the bracket and when we conclude the broadcast here after the second half. Sargent County, again, Nelson County won the toss, so Sargent County received in the first half. So that means that our favorite foreign exchange student here from Germany, Mr. Biana Benson, will kick it off here. He's absolutely obliterated these kickoffs. A couple of touchbacks, and we'll probably do it again here as a back to receive is Faulkner and Gibson. We're ready to go here, but the ball falls off the tee. Can't have that. That would be an interesting challenge, though, if Benson had to kick the ball on the ground, how far his leg could boot it. But we'll get a holder there. That's Affen Zernhelt will hold down the ball for Benson. And there's the kick. Screaming line drive through Faulkner's hands. He'll back up to the 5 to get into the 10 and breaks one tackle but can't break a second. Good team, special teams there for Sargent County. As Nelson County will start with the ball. 11:53 to go here in the third quarter. And they'll start at their own 16-17 yard line. Good ball spotted there at the 12. The start of the 12, worst starting field position for either team here today. There's a handoff to Faulkner. As Faulkner goes across the 15 to about the 17-yard line, gain of 5 for Faulkner. He just had 10 yards rushing in the first half. So it'll be 2nd and 5. All spotted at their own 17. Again, the big man, Zach Gibson, 16 carries, 171 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 two-point conversions in that opening half. Under center there for Baumgarten, takes the snap, back to pass, chucking down the field, had a man, incomplete. Overthrew the intended receiver that time. That time looking for Axel Anderson. And it'll be now 3rd and 5. Baumgart's first pass attempt of the second half. Big 3rd down here. As that's going to be a handoff and nowhere to go for Gibson on his first carry of the half. Might lose a yard there, and Sargent County certainly feeling the momentum shift now. Ball will be spotted at the 18. Well, no, let's say 17. No gain for Gibson. So punt formation coming up here on a 4th down as Nick Hansen for Sargent County, standing back at his own 46. Baumgarten. Snap. And there's the punt. Nice spiral there. Good hang time inside the 35. Out to the 40. Breaks a tackle and stumbles forward to the 45. Still great field position there after the 3 and out to start the second half for Nelson County. Hoisted and company come out for Sargent County, trailing 22-16, 10:18 to go in the third quarter. Winner moves on to the quarterfinals. Team that comes up short, will see their season come to an end. All spotted at the Sargent County 43. Both coaches, Bo Snider for Nelson County, Eric Olsen for Sargent County, they both said they did not expect this one to be a blowout either way. And we certainly got that. As that's a bobbled snap, falling on it. Here is Hoisted. So it'll be actually a gain of a yard. Draw that to the 44. So it'll be a 2nd and 9 there. Ball's up to the 44. Actually, really a 44 and a third, 44 and a half. Sargent County there. Want to give a shout out to the moving company up there. Grady Wheelander, Isaac Harris, Marcus Matthias. As that's a pitch, and it's a reverse. Hansen with some room to run. 45-50, 45-40, 35, 30, 25, 20. Goodbye. Touchdown, Sargent County. They've got the lead. Sargent County goes in front now with a big 56-yard run on a reverse. As that's Hansen's 3rd touchdown of the game now. So Gibson with 3 for Nelson County, Hansen with 3 for Sargent County. And extra point, Benson to give Sargent County the lead as it's now 22-22. For the lead, snap, spot, kick is obliterated. It's good. 23-22, Sargent County with 20 unanswered points. They take the 1-point lead here on YourLiveEvent.com.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in North Dakota. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the NDHSAA and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Scoring change, Sargent County is scored 20 unanswered points now to lead it 23-22 off a 56-yard rushing touchdown for Nick Hansen, his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. He now has 5 carries for 2 carries for 61 yards and a touchdown. Off the little razzle-dazzle reverse that time. And all the footballs that are going to be kicked by Biana Benson wish they would be in the bag. Say, no, not me, please. Benson obliterates another one, but it does get fielded inside the 9 by Gibson as he keeps rolling forward to the 25. Nelson County going left to right in the white jerseys, black helmets, black pants. 9:17 to go in the 3rd quarter. Ball is spotted there at the Nelson County 24. So rough field position. They had good field position in the first half, not so much here in the second half. Their average starting field position is the 18-yard line for Nelson County. Went a 3-and-out first time out, and they've now given up the lead after they held it for most of the game. As there was a handoff. As again, we are in the 3rd quarter. Gibson with the carry. As Martinson in on the stop there for Sargent County, up across the 30 to the 31. It's a 2nd and 3. After a gain of 7 for Gibson. 8:42 and counting here in the 3rd quarter. 23-22, Sargent County over Nelson County. And maybe the best game of the 9-man slate so far. That's a carry for Gibson out across the 35 to the 36. That is enough for a first down. Gibson on his way towards 200 yards rushing as he takes it for 5 more. Gibson again, 16 carries, 171 yards, and those 3 touchdowns in the first half. 3 carries for 12 yards. So 19 carries, 183 yards. First and 10 at their own 36. Handoff, Faulkner gets the call this time. Christian Faulkner takes it to the 40-yard line for a pickup of 4 more. Faulkner 1 yard shy of what he had in the entirety of the first half. Already in the second half. 2 carries now, 9 yards. It's a 2nd and 6. 7:50 to go and counting in the third quarter. Don't forget, yourliveevent.com is your home for Region 1, Region 2, and the EDC Girls Volleyball Tournaments. November 6th, 7th, and 9th for at least the Class B tournaments on yourliveevent.com. Play action. It's going to be a pass out of the backfield. It's going to be Gibson will get back to the original line of scrimmage for no gain. It is a completion, though, to the 40, and it's going to be a 3rd and 6. Gibson with his second catch of the game, 2 catches, 14 yards. Baumgarn, 1 for 2, 0 yards in this second half. 3rd and 6. Both teams have the luxury to take their time as it's just a 1-point game midway through the third quarter. 2 to the right, 1 to the left here. Baumgarn in the gun, takes the snap, looking right, tossing, got a man. Gibson with a step on his man, it's incomplete. About a yard in front of him as Hansen was giving chase on the coverage. It's another punt coming for Nelson County. They had 3 consecutive touchdowns since then. They have had now, I believe, 3 consecutive punts. Ball spotted actually at the 39. 4th down. And again, Baumgarn set to punt. Hansen set to receive inside his own 30. There's a snap, and the punt is off. Nice big boomer. Hansen's got a backpedal to get it. Bouncing at the 10, and he fields it at the goal line. And tripped up at the 10-yard line. Probably should have let that bounce into the end zone, but that's a tough call to make when you're down there on the field. With 6:32 to go, ball will be spotted at the 11. Check that, 12, at the 12-yard line. First and 10 for Sargent County at the 12 with 6:32 to go, trying to extend their lead here now. Their largest lead in this game has been 3. The second drive in this half that has started inside the 15-yard line. First for Sargent County, and the second bobbled snap of the half. As Hoisted falls on that again for nothing. It'll be 2nd and 10 here. About halfway through this third quarter, 18 minutes and 9 seconds of gameplay left. It's just a 1-point ball game. Got to feel great if you're Nelson County. The only thing is that you've lost the momentum. They got to get it back. Sargent County trying to keep a hold of it because there's a pitch to Trainer out to the right-hand side. Trainer trying to cut up the field. Doesn't get much there. Maybe a yard to about the 13 on the right hash. As it'll bring up a 3rd and long for Sargent County. The yard there for Trainer. Trainer with 6 carries for 22 yards in that first half. 3rd and a long 8 here for the Bulldogs in the navy jerseys, gray pants, white helmets. Going right to left. 2 to the right there, or 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Hoisted in the gun with Cadoon with him. Hoisted rolling to his left, looking downfield. Got a man back shoulder. It's caught. Martinson, 35-40, and Rose breaks a tackle, and he's gone. Goodbye. Nowhere even close to a defender. Martinson with a big touchdown catch. And a 2-point conversion coming up here. This one going for 87 yards to Luke Martinson. Martinson's first touchdown of the game. Hoisted with his second touchdown pass of the game, his first pass of the half. Going for 87 yards. 2-point conversion on the way here. Hoisted. Shovel to Kadoon. Does he get there? He does. Kadoon with the catch for the 2-point conversion. And now let's move that score up for Sargent County, 31-22. Sargent County with the lead over Nelson County here on YourLiveEvent.com. 28 unanswered by the Bulldogs.
The Milner Public School District has a long history of academic, artistic, and athletic achievement and is proud of the programs and education environment offered. A fully accredited educational system, Milner Public School District operates 2 separate school buildings, including Sundale Colony School. Over 85%, that's right, 85% of the graduates of Milner High School attend some form of post-secondary educational institution. You can find more information on the Milner Public School District online at milner.k12.nd.us.
Well, the scoring change here on YourLiveEvent.com, 31-22. Sargent County, after giving up 22 unanswered, they have scored now 28 unanswered. As the top-ranked Bulldogs with the, they took 2 points away. 2-point conversion, they're going to say, was no good. So now it's 29-22. That's a big kick by Benson. Out to Gibson now for Nelson County. Up the middle. Bounces off a couple of tacklers. Still going. Thrown down to the 34. So no 2-point conversion after all. That's a big play because instead of a 9-point game, it's now a 7-point game. And a great opportunity for Nelson County to try and regain the lead here on this drive with 4:48 to go. Ball will be spotted again at their own. We'll call it the 33. At the 33-yard line here. Chargers stepping up. One left, one right. Baumgarn in the gun. On a 1st and 10. It's going to be a handoff. Gibson rumbling up the middle here. Taking a few Bulldogs with him across the 35. For a pickup of about 4 to about the 37. He's second in mid-range. Second at about 6. Gibson, a much more modest second half here. 4 carries for 16 yards. Still an average of 4 yards a carry. Still pretty decent. That's the old adage in football, 3-4 yards in a cloud of dust. It's exactly, that's 9-man football at its core. High formation. Handoff again. Gibson again. Room to run again. 45, 50. Wrangled down by Hansen. No, he's still going, but he steps out of bounds. Oh, we get a late hit too. Oh, no. Can't do that if you're Sargent County, and Gibson's slow to get up. So a big run there. The ball right now spotted at the 36 of Sargent County. And Gibson is slow to get up. We want to start at the penalty here first before we break, because Gibson, I think, is on the sidelines. Took a big hit at the end of that play. Is on the other side of the field, so I'm not sure exactly how far he was out of bounds. But they're going to move it from the spotted from the 39, looks like, actually. Or no, spotted from the 34. Spotted from the 34, so a big gain for Gibson at about 29 yards. And the penalty should move this up to the 19. And it does. To the 19-yard line off the penalty. Big late hit for Sargent County. And Gibson is now trying to walk it off there on that far sideline. But 29 yards for Gibson. That puts him over 200 yards rushing on the game. And, of course, he has to sit out at least this play. First and 10, 3:58 to go in the third quarter. It's going to be a handoff. I believe this is Anderson, and he's driven back for no gain. No gain on the play there for Anderson as that makes it a second and 10 at the 19-yard line. Anderson, that's his first carry of the game, by the way, as well. So 3:23 in counting. Nelson County with a touchdown will be 1 point within Sargent County. Baumgart's going to keep it. Blockers in front. The windows close quickly, and we get another flag as Baumgart gets across the 20 to about the 19, which was the original line of scrimmage. So we'll see what this one is here. No gain as of now, pending the penalty. It's going to go against Nelson County. It looks like a holding. Waiting to see if Eric Olsen wants to accept or decline this one. And long conversation there. Looks like it's going to be declined. And it will indeed be declined, so it'll be third down now after no gain. Once again by Baumgart. Big third down here for both sides. Baumgart for Nelson County, rolling to his right, throwing across his body. That's never a smart move. It's incomplete. Nearly caught by Charles, actually, but he couldn't haul it in. And after that incomplete pass, it's a big fourth down here. And, by knowledge, Nelson County doesn't have a Biana Benson on their bench, so they're going to be going for it here. Baumgart 1 for 3 through the air in the second half for 0 yards. Team that not throwing the ball is not their forte. They rely on their heavy ground game with Gibson and company. So big fourth down here. Got to get to the 9 for a first down. Baumgart wide open. Gibson holds it in. Touchdown. Nelson County. Busted coverage. Sargent County. And we have a 1-point ball game. 29-28. There's a big one here. It's Gibson with his 4th all-purpose touchdown. That's from 19 yards out of the game. 29-28. Some shoe tying going on here right now. They got to break the huddle as Gibson got to tie his shoes. And now it's only 10 on the play clock. Big 2-point conversion here. 2:59 on the game clock. 5 on the play clock. Baumgart takes the snap. Option. Cuts up the field. He's in. Baumgart gives Nelson County the lead. 30-29. 2:59 to go here in the third quarter. Plenty of game to go here on YourLiveEvent.com.
RDK Enterprises is searching for candidates to fill multiple positions. These customer-facing positions require a high level of organization, workflow management skills, the ability to work with and lead others, problem-solving skills, and the drive to deliver an outstanding customer experience. Available positions include shop foreman and service technician. Compensation package based on experience. If interested in joining our team, upload your resume at planterdoc.com.
30-29, Nelson County with the lead over Sargent County on YourLiveEvent.com. James Martin's here with you. What a game we've had. Sargent County came out in front 3-0. Nelson County with 22 unanswered. Then Sargent County with 27 unanswered, or 26 unanswered. And now Nelson County scoring again. Zach Gibson with his 4th all-purpose touchdown of the game. As now Nelson County will kick it off. A bit of a squibber, and it's caught. 35, 40, 45. Trying to keep it away from Hansen, but a good return up to midfield. Good return for Sargent County. On the return that time for the Bulldogs. That was number 12 there. For Sargent County, and number 12, Ryan Enge. So 30-29, Nelson County with a 1-point lead as the ball spotted at the Sargent County 49-yard line. Hoisted in the gun, back to pass, crossing routes incomplete. Martinson, the intended target. Hoisted, first incompletion of the half. Previously to that, he was 2 for 2 for 90 yards, a touchdown, and a 2-point conversion. Martinson with the touchdown, 87 yards. Brings him a 2nd and 10, 2:48 to go here in this third quarter. In the late window, game starting at 1:32 and 2:30. So the latest start today in 9-man or Class A. As we get a flag, it's going to be a false start. Or an illegal motion. Either way, it's going to be against Sargent County, going to back them up to the 44. And it is a false start here officially on that one. Back to the 44. Big late hit on the last drive really gave Nelson County some momentum. Sargent County now, after the decent return, going backwards. 2nd and 15 of the 49. Just inside the left hash marks with 2:48 to go here in the third. 2 to the left and 1 to the right. Hoisted in the gun there with Trainer. Blitz coming up, and then backed off. Hoisted will throw it, got a man wide open, it's incomplete, just overthrew his intended receiver, Josh Wittich. Wittich's first target of the game, I think, as that's a back-to-back incompletions now for Hoisted. Brings up here now 3rd and 15. All spotted at the Sargent County 44, 30-29, Nelson County with the lead here over Sargent County. Both teams trying to advance to the 9-man quarterfinals. Take on the winner of Wyndmere, Lidgerwood, and North Prairie. Right now, North Prairie with a 28-26 lead over the Warbirds. 9 minutes to go in the third, and we get a timeout. It's like Eric Olsen and Sargent County will call their first timeout of the half. And then we'll come back here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Your home for the Region 1 and Region 2 volleyball tournaments is YourLiveEvent.com.
Gittleson will give it to Smeldon, to Haley Smeldon, and down for the kill.
From the quarterfinals on Monday, November 6th, through the region title matches on Thursday, November the 9th.
Hansen back set. Here comes Satcham with the tip. Jensen with the cover. Russ sets up Josie for the kill.
Catch the Region 1 and Region 2 volleyball tournaments from Lisbon and Larimore on YourLiveEvent.com.
Out of the timeout, 30-29, Nelson County leading Sargent County on YourLiveEvent.com. Some final scores coming in from Class A. Again, Killdeer over DLB, 21-20. Langdon area and Munich gets a final over Lisbon, 33-0. Kindred earlier final over Harvey Wells County, 49-6. Trinity with a big shutout of Stanley, 42-0. Here's an upset. Oaks with a minor upset over Carrington. That's final, 27-21. So Oaks will travel to Kindred for the quarterfinal round. As it's a third down, a little razzle-dazzle. Martinson will actually keep it. Nelson County with a big tackle there. Gibson upends Martinson. As Sargent County will pick up nothing. They'll actually lose 2 yards on that play out to the 42. And after that great field position, it is now a 3-and-out. Martinson, I believe that's his first carry of the half. And we get punt formation coming out here now. Hoisted back to punt it away for the Bulldogs. Trailing by 1. Pop straight up into the air. Look out below. As that's down by Martinson at the 36 of Nelson County. Chargers take over with 1:51 to go here in the third quarter. And one other final come in from 11A, and that's Shiloh Christian 28-14 win over Bishop Ryan. Also a final Central Cass over Cavalier 42-0. And Velva Garrison Drake Animus, they were trailing Bowman County early. They've put on the thrusters, and they now lead 52-20. Game about to be final. That's a handoff here on a 1st and 10 as we get a flag and a second flag. Might get offsetting penalties here. Looks like a holding and a face mask. So, looks like they would repeat the down there if that is the case. And holding on the offense, and again, face mask on the defense. Yep, offsetting penalties. We do this again. So again, the first round of Class A is now officially final. So just one upset, I believe, that was Oaks over Carrington. That's the only upset in the first round, or Killdeer over DLB as well. 2 upsets in Class A, but the region champions all winning and winning big. 1st and 10, again, with 90 seconds to go in the quarter. Baumgart, handoff to Gibson. Tiptoeing his way out across the 40 to the 45. Big gain there for Gibson as it'll be 2nd and a long 1. That one's out to the 45. 9 yards for Gibson. Already over 200 yards rushing in this game. Gibson with 4 all-purpose touchdowns. So he's got 54 yards this half, 171 in the first half. I believe that's 225. My math is correct. Gibson will add to that. As he gets near midfield, it is a first down. There for Nelson County with a 1-point lead. We'll spot the ball at the 49-yard line. Pick up a 4. First and 10 here as they will have to run at least one more play. Nelson County will before the end of the third quarter. Three in the backfield there with Baumgart. As Gibson gets the call, trying to follow behind Hunter Charles as that's across midfield. The 49, a resurgent effort, Gibson to about the 46. As that should just about do it for the end of the third quarter. They'll mark the ball at the 46 of Sargent County, a pickup of 5 more for Gibson. As Nelson County trying to pull off the biggest upset of the weekend so far, either class. They lead by 1, and they have the ball at the end of 3. We're coming back for 4 here on YourLiveEvent.com next.
This is your livelihood, and success requires a seed partner that's just as committed as you are. Just like you, we're farmers first, so our values are rooted just as deep, and our goals are just as strong. Our team is ready to hit your fields, so no matter what each growing season brings, we'll get through it together. It's who we are. Thunderseed, first in the field.
Back for quarter number 4 here on YourLiveEvent.com. 30-29. Nelson County with the lead over Sargent County. They got the ball as well. James Martin saying it out here with you. Our other 2 games were more or less blowouts. This one has been tight the whole way in Class 9 and 9-man football. Most of the games have been tight as well. I say most. Three that have gone final early were all blowouts, but on a first down, it's a handoff to Charles. Pull back out to about the 41. Brings up make it back to the 42. Brings up a 3rd and 1. 4 yards there for Hunter Charles. His first carry of the second half. 3rd and 1 here, left hash. Baumgarn, he'll get the sneak, and he's got the first down. Out to about the 40. Jackson Baumgarn, one of about a dozen seniors, I should say, on this Nelson County roster. Half of the roster for Nelson County is seniors. So this is a big year for them. They're trying to extend their season. Sargent County with a big senior class as well. They'll bring out the chains. I think this should be enough for a first down, but we'll see what the chain gang has to say about all that. And they'll stretch it out here, and it's indeed a first down by nearly a whole football. We'll mark it at the 41, a yard on the sneak for Baumgarn. Baumgarn, 3 carries, 4 yards in this second half. 11:22 on that clock here. 30-29, Nelson County. Looking to add to their lead. I formation for the Chargers. Baumgarn, handoff, Gibson up the middle. Keeps rolling up to the 35. Pickup of about 6. They'll mark him back at we'll say the 35. 6 yards for Gibson. That was on the 6th play of the drive. As Gibson now, he might get to 300 yards rushing by the end of the game. Big drive here, especially if Nelson County can continue to run out some clock. Handoff. Gibson again breaks away. Wrangled down to the 25 by Cadoon. The touchdown saving tackle as Gibson gets another 10 yards. Give him one more to the 24. Gain of 11 for Gibson. After a gain of nothing, he's had 7, 5, 4, 29, 9, 4, 5, 6, and 11. So other than one carry where he went nowhere his first of the second half, he's gotten at least 4 yards on each of his carries after that in the second half. 10 minutes to go. High formation, Baumgarn. Handoff, Gibson again, and he'll continue to get approximately that same amount for more. He was nearly stopped in the backfield for nothing, but he slithered away and got a couple more there. So maybe the broadcaster's jinx there. He only got about 2 yards that time, but brings up a 2nd and about 8, a short 8 from the 22. As Nelson County running down clock here, if they can finish this in the end zone, that would deal a heavy blow there to Sargent County. Handoff, Gibson again, continues to drive forward inside the 20. Gibson has got to be exhausted by this point. He took a big hit on a late hit last quarter against Sargent County. He's helped up to his feet there, Gibson. They'll mark the ball down again inside the 20 at the 17. Pickup of 5 more for Gibson. Under 9 minutes to go here now. Ball spotted on the left hash. As Baumgarn and company head up to the line of scrimmage. High formation. Charles the fullback. And he'll get the call this time. Lowers his shoulders and he's pushed back. He's still going. And he won't get much of anything on that one, but it does continue to run out some clock. That was the 10th play of the drive. Tied for the longest drive of the game, other than Sargent County's opener. That one also went 10 plays. Actually went 11 plays. So that's again of the 17, no gain. Big 4th down here. 4th and a long 2 on the 11th play of the drive. Longest drive of the game for Nelson County. They have taken off about 6 minutes of clock. They hustle up to the line with 7 on the play clock and 6 and 5. Baumgarn, 4, 3, 2, and they call a timeout. Good move there for Bo Snider to take off as much clock as he can. Maybe a little early for the clock game, but they will call the timeout. A big 4th and 3 coming up next on YourLiveEvent.com.
honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
Out of the timeout, 30-29. Both teams with 2 timeouts left, 7:57 to go. Chargers holding on to a 1-point lead, trying to book a spot in the quarterfinals. They've been the Nelson County Chargers, I believe, for 6 years. I don't know that they've ever made the quarterfinals. Lamar Litchfield, Marion, New Rockford, Cheyenne, Maddox, South Border, Grant County, Flasher, Henninger County outlasting Alexander in overtime. West Hope, Newburgh, Glenburn, they're all off. North Prairie blowing out Vinemuir, Lidgewood now. They look like they're going to possibly have a home game if Nelson County holds on. A pitch out to the right-hand side. Out across the 15 there for Gibson, and he's got enough for a first down. That'll take off more clock. As they'll put it inside the 15 down to the 13-yard line. Pick up a 4 there for Gibson. As we got about 7.5 to go here in this one. Would be by far the biggest upset of the first weekend. Handoff. Gibson goes nowhere this time. And that might be his first negative play of the game. It will be. He had 29 carries previous of 0 or more yards. So that stretch comes to an end as he's driven back to the 15. A loss of 2 on the 12th play of the drive. Under 7 minutes to go now. Nelson County will continue to chip away at this clock, but they got to get into the end zone. Play action. Rolls out, and a miscommunication just out of reach of Hansen for an interception. Incomplete pass. Baumgarn, 2 of 5 for 19 yards, but a touchdown. No picks. That's second half numbers. Baumgarn, 2 of 4 in the first half for 23. So he's 4 of 9 for 42 yards and a touchdown. No picks. Baumgarn is pretty much done what he's needed to do to give everybody else in the right spots and to not turn over the ball. 2 interceptions for Hoisted. Nelson County winning the turnover battle. As it's a pitch in front to Gibson, looking for room to run, and it's closed down by Sargent County. The Bulldog defense rallies. And looks like that'll be a catch for no gain up to the 15. Another big 4th down here. 4th. And about 12. They need the 3 for a first down. Play number 15 of the drive coming up here. As we got 6:10 in county now. Nelson County really needs to get into the end zone. 2 to the left, none to the right here on a 4th down. We get a whistle, and a timeout is called by Nelson County, their second of the half. 30-29, 6:03 to go in the 4th quarter. Nelson County with a big 4th down coming up on yourliveevent.com.
The Bison Booster Club, an organization that is rooted in their support of the activities within the Milner Public School District and the City of Milner. They pride themselves on their community involvement in local donations to area projects and sponsorships to help make their community a pleasant place to reside. If you have any questions or are interested in becoming a Booster Club member, you can check out the Bison Booster Club on Facebook or talk with any of the existing members. The Bison Booster Club, helping make their community a better place to live.
Out of the timeout, 30-29. Nelson County holding on to a 1-point lead. They've got the ball in Sargent County territory at the Bulldog 15. Trying to really put a hammer down on Sargent County if they can get into the end zone, and especially if they can get a 2-point conversion, because that would make it a 2-score game. Still plenty of time, though, for Sargent County with 2 of their 3 timeouts if they can get a stop here. The Chargers need the 3. They're on the 15. They need the 3 for a first down. Zach Gibson has been an animal. 30 carries today for over 250 rushing yards. And 3 touchdowns on the ground, 1 through the air. 4th and about 12. Baumgartner in the gun. Takes the handoff. He's got to get rid of it, and he can't. Big sack. Sargent County. Josh Wittich says, not this time, my friend, across the line. And Sargent County with a big TOD. Bulldogs will take over there with 5:58 to go, down by 1. All spotted at their own. Zach brought it back to the 26. Sargent County, who's trailed more than they've led in this game. Come out, twin set, Wittich in slot left, Hansen wide left, Craner, and looks like Kadoon on the far side. It's going to be Martinson with a wildcat. He brings it up the middle, out across the 30. So about the 31. And they'll mark it at the 32. Gain of 6 there for Martinson. He came out late in the first half to really reinvigorate Sargent County. And to get him back in the game after Nelson County had rattled off 20-some unanswered. As Martinson will take it again. He's out to the near sideline to the 33. He picks up another yard. It's going to be a 3rd down here, 3rd and 3. Need the 36 for a first down here. Again, Hoisted is on the sidelines. It's Martinson's call now. Olsen and the Bulldogs, they still have 2 timeouts, so if you don't get it here, it's a really tricky situation if they go for it on 4th down or if they punt it away. Try to play defense. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Kadoon and Wittich out left. Craner in the slot right. It's going to be a handoff to Hansen. Cutting up the field. It won't be enough. He's across the 35 to the 36. Oh, or maybe the 35. They needed closer to the 37 than the 36. They'll mark it at the 35. A gain of 2 for Hansen. And it's a 4th and about a yard. Well, 4th and 2. 4th and a solid 2. And the offense stays on there with 4:08 and counting. Big play here. Sargent County really needing a first down. Lovett, Chauncey Lovett in motion. Martinson goes up on the option. He extends the ball. He's got enough for a first down. Should have enough for a first down. That last lunge of the ball out to the 38, and they do. Martinson with a big first down. Picks up 3 more yards. 4 carries now for 8 yards. But that's a big 4th down conversion. First and 10 now at the 38. Fresh set of downs for Sargent County. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Martins and Hoisted's back in the game, by the way. It's Hansen in motion. Hoisted backpedaling. Looking to throw over the middle. Got his man. It's Kadoon. Midfield. Across the 40 to about the 38. They flip the field from 138 to the other. And with 3:20 to go, the clock will stop. Reset those chains. All spotted at the 38. It's a catch of 24. There for Colton Kadoon. Second catch of the game. As with about 3 minutes to go, it's 1st and 10 of the Nelson County 38. 2 right, 1 left. rolling. Hoisted, looking. Now back to the left. Now back to the right. Hoisted, plenty of time over the middle. He's got his man at the 19. It's Wittich. Josh Wittich in his wickets to the 20. Gain of 18. Wittich with his first catch of the game. Down to the 20-yard line. 2.5 to go into the Nelson County red zone. 1st and 10, 30-29, Nelson County. Handoff to Dune. Up the middle, but he's tackled there that time. After a gain of a couple on the tackle there for Nelson County, it's the number 76. That time for the Chargers. That's a Derek Schmidt on the tackle there. A gain of gain of 3 to the 17. 2nd and 7. As Hoisted, the gun, back to pass, looking for the end zone. It's incomplete. Passed out the goal line. Nobody there. So it'll be a 3rd down here. And again, here's the wrinkle. I said this earlier. You've got Biana Benson. Sargent County has just been obliterating kicks right and left. So that you don't get it here on 3rd down, you're probably bringing him out for a field goal. And Eric Olsen telling me before the game, he said, I just have this feeling that Benson is going to win us a game with a field goal somewhere along this postseason run. Hoisted in the gun, going to his left. Now back across his body to the right, as that's a dangerous throw. It's incomplete. Back-to-back incompletes now for Hoisted. First to Wittich, and then not much in the area. So Biana Benson coming out, a foreign exchange student from Germany, in a long line of foreign exchange students to aid the football program here at Sargent County or Milner North Sargent. As this one's about a 33-yard field goal attempt. With 99 seconds to go in the game. Snap, spot, kick is up, and it is no good. It's no good. Benson just over the upright of the right-hand side. Oh, man. Got a feel for the kid as Benson. He made one from about 23 earlier at the beginning of the game. And now with 99 seconds left, Sargent County still with 2 timeouts, I believe. Ball spotted at the 20. So Nelson County will try to pull off the massive upset here. They lead it by 1, 30-29. After a 22-16 lead at the half, Nelson County still in front as Gibson on the call. Going to pick up a couple of yards. We get a timeout for Sargent County. Let's keep it here. There was a 2-point conversion that looked like it was good earlier in the half. That was negated. And that might be the difference for Sargent County. They, at that point, would have had a 31-22 lead. But instead, it was a 29-22 lead. Nelson County comes back down, 2-point conversion, and a touchdown to make it 30-29. Second and about 6 at the 24 after Gibson's 4-yard gain. Nelson County Eating the 30 for a first down. Almost put this game away. Split back formation behind him. It's going to be a bobble snap. Ball's on the ground. Oh, man, it's going to be third down as Gibson. Boy, how heroic has this kid been today? Falls on top of it. No lost fumbles today, but we've had about a half dozen fumbles or bobbled snaps or bobbled catches. As that is a loss of a yard, though. Down to the 23, the last timeout called by Sargent County in this half. So it'll be a 3rd and 7 at the 23. With 1:18 to go. And no more timeouts for Sargent County. They got to get a stop, otherwise it's game over if Nelson County gets a first down. And right now, you look at it, and you think, well, Sargent County, they get a stop here. You'd probably have about 20 seconds or so, 20, 30 seconds to work with. Again, Benson, he's got the distance to kick it from 40 yards plus. So you don't need a lot of yardage, but you need to get the ball back. You need to stop here. Big third down here. It's going to be Gibson on a wildcat out to the right-hand side. Shoves off a Bulldog, but not the second one. He does get across the 25, though. And Gibson is slow to get up. But he is helped up to his feet there. Ball spotted at the 26. A gain of 3. And in the officials' timeout here, they're pointing to the end zone, to be the Sargent County end zone. Ball spotted again to the 26. Gibson with a gain of 3. And now Nelson County players are huddled around the officials. This clock is stopped right now at 56.2 seconds. Still not exactly sure what the stoppage is for. Officials, they do come out of their huddle now. They're going to put more time on the clock here. They're going to put 1:12 on the clock. So it was 1:12 on the clock here now. That's a lot of time. That's 16 seconds added. And so now they start the clock here. Again, this would be 4th down. And they have some clock troubles here. They had 25 on the play clock and started running it. Of course, they got to put 40 on the clock. So they should put that back to 1:12 and then start the 40. So we got 1:09 on the game clock right now. Put a fresh 40 on the play clock. And 1:12 is back on there right now. So Nelson County, I believe, has one more timeout to use. They will, I'm sure, will take it all the way down, call a timeout, and then punt it, would be my guess. 30-29, Nelson County with the lead here over Sargent County. Sargent County undefeated at 9-0, the top team in the 9-man postseason. As Nelson County trying to pull the big upset. Big on paper, or big on as far as brackets is concerned, not necessarily big for anybody that really knows the two teams. Two very similar teams with two very experienced leadership groups. A lot of seniors on this field. As there is a timeout now with 31.6. So 31 and a half seconds approximately is what Sargent County will get with no timeouts to try and win this game. Nelson County, you just got to get the punt away. That's your job right now for Nelson County. We're going to keep it here through the timeouts. Don't forget, we'll have our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. I think if Nelson County comes out victorious, that's a pretty obvious choice. But you play a lot at home for both teams. Who do you think should be the Enbridge Energy Player of the Game? We'll also have our RDK Enterprises Precision Play of the game. Boy, were there a lot of plays that had some great precision. Just over 2 hours here in this one, 2 hours, 19 minutes. James Martin's hanging out with you here on yourliveevent.com. Been fun to make the trip down to Gwinner. First time myself, personally, that I have been here, but of course, Your Live Event, we've been here for several contests, not just for football, but other athletics. You can check out our broadcast schedule going to yourliveevent.com and rewatch any of your favorite Bulldog wins. Or if you're a fan of Nelson County, I'm sure there might be a couple of Nelson County games back there as well. 32 seconds on the clock. They added 0.4. Snap on the punt. It is up, and it's a little short, and it goes out of bounds at the 42 of Sargent County. So plenty of opportunity for Sargent County to give Biana Benson another chance. Ball spotted again at the Sargent County 42. Eric Olsen saying that when they had spotted the ball, the 40 to 45 yard line, and Benson was kicking it through. So that's pretty impressive stuff. You got to go back, I think, for kids that can make those types of field goals. Got to go back to probably Emmett Kenny from Fargo Shanley. Last time someone here in the state of North Dakota can make kicks from that far away. We'll certainly see his leg in action, I'm assuming, unless Sargent County gets a big play and we get a illegal motion, looks like, or false start, and Chauncey Lovett is beside himself right now. And the call will be a false start. Back him up to the 37. And clock doesn't move, still 26.3. So you probably need, I would say, probably about the 30. There is a nice breeze out there. Not sure exactly which direction it's going right now, but it's Hoisted in the gun on a 1st and 15 now. Hoisted, plenty of time. He's got to get away. Hoisted has to throw it away, and that's precious 7 seconds off the clock on an incompletion, and it brings up a 2nd and 15. 3 straight incompletions for Michael Hoisted now. 19.5 seconds remaining for Sargent County. They probably have to get this ball to the Nelson County 30, which would be about 33 yards from here to give Benson a chance. 2 to the left, 2 to the right here. Hoisted in the gun, takes the snap, back to pass, looking, surveying, looking down over the middle of the field. Got Chauncey Levitt, got to get out of bounds, and he cannot. Nowhere near the first down, and they got to spike it with 7, with 6. Do they have enough time? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They spike it with 1 second left. As Levitt will get the catch, but he only got to the 42, back to around the original line of scrimmage. A catch of 5 yards. His second catch of the game. So 1 second left. Now you can't do a field goal anymore. Here we go. Some old-fashioned razzle-dazzle hook and ladder type plays are coming up. For Sargent County's historic season on the line, 9-0. Nobody came even close to Sargent County this season. Nobody was in 20 points of the Bulldogs this year. Nelson County trying to come to Gwinner to be the winner. And they might, well, now they get another official conversation. See what the results of this one is. Winning margin, and it's say 4th down. I don't think the, so yeah, 4th down. This is the game. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Hoisted. It's a screen pass to Hansen. Looking around, tossing it back to Wittich. Now the 50. Wittich rolling around left side. Still going. Wittich with a stiff arm. Got to get rid of it. Wittich still going. Got to throw it back, and he does to Hansen. Now in midfield. Hansen with room to run. 45-40, 35-30, 25. Horse collar. We will get a play. Oh, my goodness. Oh, wow. A horse collar. So that will leave one play on the clock with no time and Brianna Benson time now. Wow. A hook and ladder play. Josh Wittich about got tackled 3 or 4 times. Oh my. And we have an injured player as well. How much can happen in 1 second? Unreal. This ball was spotted at the 42-yard line. It's half the distance of the goal on that horse collar. Hansen and Wittich basically combined to move the ball with the penalty all the way to the 11-yard line. And Brianna Benson will come out to kick about a 27-yarder to win the game. Unreal. I think Bo Snider's out of timeouts too. No time is on the clock. It's 30-29. Again, Hansen and Wittich. Wittich did a lot of the work, looking like Travis Kelce out there for Sargent County. Hansen, the speedster. Wittich, the power tight end. Moving the ball 52 yards to set up, with the penalty, that is, to set up this field goal. Brianna Benson from Germany, looking to come across the world to give the win to Sargent County. Snap, spot, kick is up. It's blocked! It's blocked! It's blocked! Nelson County wins! Oh, man! That's the best block party in Dakota Prairie history, possibly. Nelson County with a massive upset. 30-29 is the final. What more do you want from a game? Oh, wow. And Sargent County's run has come to an end. 9-0. Nobody came within 20 points of this team. Nelson County, they were on a mission. They knew they had a chance. They brought their stuff today, both teams did. What a game. And the top seed is gone from tournament contention. Nelson County will go to Rolla or Roulette, depending upon where North Prairie has it. Next week in the quarterfinals, the final score, Nelson County 30, Sargent County 29. The winner is Nelson County. We're back for post-game stats and analysis after this on YourLiveEvent.com.
Crossroads Electric is committed to providing solutions for every customer. They know that each customer is different, which is why all of their services can be easily customized. Whether it's heating, ventilating, or air conditioning, let the team at Crossroads Electric take care of you for residential, commercial, or ag electric work. Go online to crossroadselect.com for more information or give them a call at 701-427-4328. That's 701-427-4328. R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is hiring a full-time play-by-play sports announcer and broadcast sales representative. Duties include selling advertising time for radio, digital, video streaming, and regional cable TV. Play-by-play responsibilities include live play-by-play of local sporting events for radio, video streaming, and regional cable TV broadcasts. Wage plus talent and commission pay structure with full-time benefits package offered. For more information or to apply, email apply@rjbroadcasting.com. That's apply@rjbroadcasting.com. Every Wednesday night at 7, watch the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region, as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota. Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors on their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation, Wednesday nights at 7 on YourLiveEvent.com.
Back here on YourLiveEvent.com. What a finish. 30-29. The Nelson County Chargers came in just hoping to make it a game. They did more than that. They come away with a win. with a wild finish. Let's take you through the storyline of the game. Sargent County, Biala Benson, foreign exchange student from Germany. I got a feel for him. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but he did start out the game with a 23-yard field goal to make it a 3-0 Sargent County lead. And then Nelson County went on a 22-0 scoring run with rushing touchdowns from Zach Gibson of 2, 37, and 34 yards. And a couple of two-point conversions as well for Gibson to make the score 22-3. But then for the rest of the half, it was Sargent County with 13 unanswered points to close out the half. Touchdowns there from Nick Hansen, 2 touchdowns, a 5-yard rushing touchdown and a 54-yard receiving touchdown. A 2-point conversion in there as well, or extra point in there as well, to make it 22-16 at the half. Sargent County will take the lead off a 56-yard run from Hansen, his 3rd touchdown of the game. To extra point was good to make the score 23-22 in favor of Sargent County. Then Sargent County extended the lead again. An 87-yard touchdown catch, Luke Martinson caught the pass from Michael Hoisted. They had a 2-point conversion. It looked like initially they had a 2-point conversion, but the officials called it back. No 2-point conversion. So instead of a 31-22 lead, it was a 29-22 lead for Sargent County. That proved to be a huge difference because Nelson County will go down the field on the very next possession, a 19-yard receiving touchdown once again from Zach Gibson. They had a 2-point conversion as well to make the score 30-29, and with 2:59 to go in the third quarter, that's all the scoring that there would be the rest of the game. Nelson County went on a really long drive, 14 plays, and it ended in a turnover on downs after they took the ball about 50 yards. They took off, though, about 8 minutes from the clock, and that was huge. Sargent County would have a chance after the turnover on downs. A missed field goal from Benson I did not write down the yardage. Missed field goal from Benson. And then Nelson County got it back. Sargent County was able to stop them and get about 30 seconds. And that's where the craziness started. From that last drive for Sargent County, the ball was spotted at their own 42-yard line. They did a little hook and ladder with Hansen and Josh Wittich to take the ball all the way to about the 20, and then a horse collar penalty. Moved the ball half the distance to the goal. Ball was spotted at the 11. It was about a 27-yard field goal try for Benson, and it was blocked by Nelson County to give the Chargers the big-time upset victory. 30-29, the final score here in Gwinner. Some big-time stats. 34 carries, 267 yards, and 4 all-purpose touchdowns for Zach Gibson. 3 rushing and 1 receiving touchdown for Gibson. That was the big playmaker on the day. Some other stats individually for Nelson County. Jackson Baumgarn, he finished the game 5 of 10 for, 52 yards and a touchdown pass. No picks. Some other rushers on the game here. Baumgarn finished with 20 yards on the ground. Faulkner finished with 19. Charles with 10 for Nelson County. Again, Gibson was really the workhorse there for Nelson County. For Sargent County, Michael Hoisted, he finished, he was 7 of 11 for 122 yards, 2 picks and a touchdown in the first half. In the second half, he was 3 of 8, so finished 10 of 21. He added another 114 yards in the second half. He finished with 235 yards with 2 picks and 2 touchdowns for the game. Nick Hansen had a monster game today. Through the air, he had 4 catches for 71 yards. And Hansen, then in the second half, he did it on the ground, 3 carries for 63 yards. Luke Martinson with some nice carries as well. We'll get you to some of those numbers in the first half. He had 4 for 47 in the first half, 4 carries for 8 yards in the second half, so 8 carries for 55 yards for Luke Martinson for Sargent County. Chauncey Lovett, a couple of catches for 30 yards. Josh Wittich, other than that hook and ladder, he had a catch for 18. Martinson, that big touchdown catch for 87. Colton Kadoon had a couple of catches for about 27 yards, 37 yards, 3 catches. And I'm sure I'm missing a couple of guys, but that's what I have down for stats here for this contest. 30-29, Nelson County with the win over Sargent County. And what a wild finish. What a crazy game. What a wild finish. Kudos to both of these teams, especially Nelson County, for coming in and getting the big upset win. But for Sargent County, a great team, a great coaching staff with Eric Olsen and company. And they will be a strong team, a strong program for years to come, I know. But this one stings for Sargent County for sure. But Nelson County, a huge win. They will get a rematch with North Prairie, it looks like. So, again, the final score, 30-29, Nelson County over Sargent County. We'll take a break here. We'll come back and we'll take a look at the brackets for the quarterfinals. And we'll take a look. We'll give you some updates, some reminders of our schedule coming up for at least for volleyball. We won't know the football schedule yet until early next week, until some broadcast things are finalized. And we will have our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, our RDK Precision play of the game as well. We'll see if we get any coach-player interviews after this one as well. Those guys, it might be exhausted to come up, but we'll see if we can get any at the end of the game. But right now, final score, Nelson County 30, Sargent County 29. Back for more post-game analysis and notes after this.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
Even as a kid, I knew I wanted to be part of Polar Communications because they have such a long history of taking care of their employees.
I'm grateful that we get to work with great people every day, and I get to go home at the end of the day knowing that what we did for the day matters.
It's a great place to be part of a team and feel like you're achieving so much more than just answering a phone call. Polar is more than that. Polar is family.
The Milner Public School District has a long history of academic, artistic, and athletic achievement and is proud of the programs and education environment offered. A fully accredited educational system, Milner Public School District operates 2 separate school buildings, including Sundale Colony School. Over 85%, that's right, 85% of the graduates of Milner High School attend some form of post-secondary educational institution. You can find more information on the Milner Public School District online at milner.k12.nd.us.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
And welcome back to Gwinner football fans. James Martin's back here with you on YourLiveEvent.com. The final score, 30-29. Nelson County and Sargent County's run at the top of the standings, top of the rankings, and moves on to the quarterfinals. Let's take a look at some other scorer updates from 9-man first. There were a couple of other minor upsets, but Nelson County, that was the only major one. As there was actually one other minor upset. Heddinger County squeaks past Alexander 22-20 in a 3-2 matchup. The rest of the 1 seeds all came out victorious. Nelson County will take on North Prairie. North Prairie was trailing Wyndmere Lidgerwood, but the Cougars had a big second half. 44-26 the final there up in Rolla. As the Cougars will take on the Chargers, a rematch of a game that went handedly to the Cougars in the regular season. Western Newburgh Glenburn comes back in a back-and-forth battle to get a win over Linton HMB, Strasburg Zeeland, 48-42. And they'll take on Grant County Flasher, who defeated Central McLean, 40-22. Bottom half of the bracket, New Rockford Cheyenne Maddock with a 55-22 win over Hankinson. That's the highest seed left remaining. They'll take on Lemoore Litchfield Marion. That should be a fantastic matchup. 64-20. The Lobo is getting past North Star. And the other final matchup, South Border, 56-0 shutout over Mohall Lansford Sherwood. They'll take on Hedingham County. Again, got that upset of Alexander. So again, we will have, in fact, if I remember right, now there is only 2 semifinalists from last year, as Lemoore Litchfield Marion and North Prairie, I believe, were both semifinals last year, and they both lost in the semifinals. So, of course, Cavalier moved up to 11-man, and New Salem Almont did not make the playoffs. So we will have a brand new championship game. And knowing how this game has gone so far, it could certainly be a crazy finish to see who gets to the Fargo Dome for Dakota Bowl 2023. But again, Nelson County North Prairie will host Nelson County. Grant County Flasher goes to West Hope Newburgh Glenburn. New Rockford Cheyenne Maddock hosts Lemoore Litchfield Marion. And South Border hosts Hedingham County in the quarterfinal rounds. And 9-man. Looking at the 11-man A brackets, only a couple of minor upsets. The top 4 teams all winning big. Velva, Drake, and Moose Garrison. They did trail Bowman County early, but they came back with a big win, 52-20. We'll take on Shiloh Christian, who got a 28-14 win over Bishop Ryan. That should be a fun one. Dickinson Trinity will take on Kildare with a minor upset over Delax Burlington, 21-20. Trinity shut out Stanley, 42-0. Bottom half of the bracket, Kindred nearly shuts out Harvey Wells County, 49-6. And Oaks gets the other minor upset over Carrington, 27-21. And then the very bottom of the bracket, a couple of shutouts. Langdon area Edmore Munich, 33-0 over Lisbon. Central Cass Blinks Cavalier, 42-0. So, again, Velva Drake Animus Garrison hosting Shiloh Christian. Kildare travels to Trinity. Kindred hosts Oaks, and Central Cass goes to Langdon area Edmore Munich for the quarterfinal rounds next week. We will know more about our next round matchups once they become finalized, once the other broadcast partners get in on their requests as well. And so we don't have that for you at this time, but check back on yourliveevent.com, and we'll have all the latest on our social media as well. So that about does it there for those brackets. AA, AAA, those brackets were finalized here on Friday, yesterday. Fargo North is the top seed. They'll take on Valley City. Dickinson hosts West Fargo Horse. And then Grand Forks Central goes to Fargo South, and Grand Forks Red River hosts Jamestown in the AA brackets. AAA brackets, it's a rematch of a game we had on yourliveevent.com during the regular season. Shanley hosting West Fargo from Sid Cichy Stadium. Bismarck hosts Fargo Davies. Century goes to Cheyenne, and Minot's will host Mandan. Those are the quarterfinal matchups for AA and AAA. That's a look at the brackets here, and don't forget, we'll have Region 1, Region 2, and EDC girls volleyball action here on yourliveevent.com coming up in the early part of November. So we're your home for Region 1, Region 2, and EDC girls volleyball. We'll come back after this quick break, and then we'll wrap things up with our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game and our RDK Enterprises Precision Play of the Game as well. That'll wrap things up here on our postgame next.
Anderson Seed Farms is a certified seed conditioning plant and is set up to do commercial custom seed cleaning for large seed companies or family farms. They seed Dairyland seed corn, soybeans, and alfalfa alongside Westbred certified spring wheat and public spring wheat seed varieties. At Anderson Seed Farms, they don't sell a product that they wouldn't grow on their own farm. Anderson Seed Farms, located in Foreman. For more information, go online to AndersonSeedFarms.com. That's AndersonSeedFarms.com.
I've always been more so of a caring person, I'd say. I don't know, the care aspect and being able to make a difference in their life and help them to have as normal of a life as they can. Whenever I provide care for them, I always try and go above and beyond. I'm like, do you need anything else? Can I help you do this while I'm here? And I take care of all these wonderful residents, and it's really nice having such awesome residents here. I would definitely recommend a career at Benedictine Beta.
The Bison Booster Club, an organization that is rooted in their support of the activities within the Milner Public School District and the City of Milner. They pride themselves on their community involvement in local donations to area projects and sponsorships to help make their community a pleasant place to reside. If you have any questions or are interested in becoming a Booster Club member, you can check out the Bison Booster Club on Facebook or talk with any of the existing members. The Bison Booster Club, helping make their community a better place to live.
One final time here on YourLiveEvent.com, 30-29, Nelson County with the win over Sargent County. And what a game that we had, and thanks to all that tuned into the broadcast from Nelson County fan base, Sargent County fan base, or just our Your Live Event fan base. A couple of notes left to take care of, and let's start with our Enbridge Energy player of the game. At Enbridge, life takes energy. Enbridge Energy for Life, Enbridge.com for career opportunities. Our Enbridge Energy player of the game is without a doubt Zach Gibson from Nelson County. He had a monster of a game, good enough for a Halloween appearance. 34 carries, 267 yards, and 4 all-purpose touchdowns, 3 rushing and 1 receiving touchdown. Zach Gibson did it all. He had some big plays as well in that one. And that's all that really needs to be said. Not much more there needs to be said to convince you that Zach Gibson stays Enbridge Energy player of the game. And now for our RDK Enterprises Precision Play of the game. RDK Enterprises, Hillsborough and Drayton for precision planning updates, information, questions. Contact RDK Enterprises in Hillsborough and Drayton, 701-636-2119, or visit planterdoc.com. Here to help you. Precision play of the game came at the end. A blocked field goal for Nelson County. Of course, they had some great offensive contributions from our player of the game in Zach Gibson, but it was really about the defense and special teams. A blocked field goal at the end of the game. Otherwise, if Benson gets that one off, Sargent County probably walks away with a win. But that special teams at the very end, that's our RDK Enterprises Precision play of the game. That blocked field goal to give Nelson County the victory. One final time on our scoreboard, 30-29, Nelson County over Sargent County. And thanks to all of our sponsors for making these broadcasts possible. If you want to engage with our growing fan base at your live event, with whether it's your favorite team or teams all across the region, send us an email, ads@yourliveevent.com. We'd be happy to work with your business or organization to get you featured on these and other broadcasts throughout the year. Ads@yourliveevent.com. Thanks to everyone at yourliveevent.com making these broadcasts possible. Thanks to our executive producer, Mark Forseth, marketing director, Jim Berkmeyer, Jack Albee, the Magic Video Man himself, and everybody else, the whole team at yourliveevent.com. Again, the broadcast of this tournament game has been authorized by special arrangement with the Board of Directors of the North Dakota High School Activities Association. Stay tuned for our upcoming postseason schedule, football schedule. We'll get that updated for you. Section playoffs from Minnesota start this week as well. Volleyball pigtail matchups begin on Monday. Also, Climax Fisher hosts Red Lake Falls on yourliveevent.com. And on Tuesday, we'll have Polk County West hosting Bagley in the first round of the sectional playoffs. Much more on the way. It's postseason fall football volleyball action on yourliveevent.com. Also, cross-country. Stay tuned for our cross-country State North Dakota cross-country preview show coming up on Wednesday night. And I'll be in Jamestown to the Parkhurst Recreation area on Friday for updates from the state cross-country meet. From all of us here at yourliveevent.com, RJ Broadcasting, Halstead Telephone Company, this is James Martins saying, football fans, show some pride.